I had another thought.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, you know how chicks are into choking, you know? How come guys are always the one dying from autoerotic asphyxiation?
Girls are professionals.
Are you ready for this? Are you ready for this?
Hey, Rock.
Again, before every episode. Ready to rock?
Shut up, Jackie. It's another edition of KFC Radio on the Barstool Sports Network. And I'll tell you what, this bitch is feeling herself a lot. How about that tweet to you, huh?
Yeah.
Holy moly.
That was great.
I saw that and I was like, I almost felt like a parent like beaming with pride. I was like, especially because she's been so bad at Twitter. And I was like, she's learning.
No, Jackie
she's become self-aware.
Do you smoke a lot of weed, Jackie?
No,
Your late night thoughts are good.
It's kind of embarrassing that like those are separate thoughts.
Your late night tweets are like, they're kind of like John's notebook, where it's like, oh, that's a good one.
Dude, I was looking through my notebook the other day, just now before the show. And I just have like really messy font. I just have this is stupid. Oh, mama!
What?
That hurt.
Did it hurt you?
Yeah, I think I got like caught with some of the fire.
All right, well, I got to do it then. Oh, I miss myself. Do it to me. I feel bad.
I mean, it did. Like, let's be clear, it didn't hurt, but
Oh, okay. Ooh, yeah, gets a
Yeah,
little,
a
gets a
little
little spark.
spark.
How great are these things?
they're unbelievable.
I mean-
I've been kicked out of like many bars. I tried to make this a thing.
Oh,
over the
that was-
summer.
Just everywhere you go.
I would just go everywhere I go. I would just throw fucking these things.
So,
I like, bartenders be like,
stop it, dude. Stop throwing gunpowder in our bar. Am I the asshole? Every time I see Glenny, I just quickly like throw one at him, and he's terrified of them. And he's like,
no.
He's like, stop it! Stop doing it! He gets so mad. It's so much fun.
Well, hang on a second. Now I'm gonna go on Amazon. I'm gonna buy a shitload.
just before we started, Glenny was coming by, and I said,
What are they called?
Snaps. Yeah, just snaps. I said, Glenny, come back here. And I went in the studio, and then like I grabbed one and just threw it at him. He's like, God damn it, cut it out. The first time I did it to him, he goes, that was really mean. I was like, Glenny, what the fuck are you talking about, man? This is not mean. This is awesome. Snaps. If you're not understanding what's going on here, because you're not watching on the fucking YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, you get it. Snaps. Those little like.
Oh.
You want to try to hit the
I mean,
camera?
probably like a couple of $1,000.
I know. Let's just do. There's like 8 here left. We'll try that until.
This is our small protest for not having air conditioning in our
Right.
studio.
If you're gonna make our
We'll
studio
fuck up a
80
camera,
degrees,
Pete.
we're gonna throw these fucking snaps at your.
Oh!
whoa.
There wasn't anything in that one. Oh, I just missed.
That hit it.
Ah, you fucking bitch. Wow, I missed by a lot. I don't remember seeing fire this big when I threw them as a kid. I think they've added a little gunpowder to them.
I think they always had gunpowder in them.
Well,
There you go.
yeah.
Winner, chicken dinner. These things.
Fuck you.
These things, cap guns, and remember those little black snakes? You lit them on fire, and then they like grew.
Though I vaguely remember those.
Those are more like fireworks, like funny things, smoke bombs. My Mount Rushmore of actually, we could do a top 5. Let's do that. Should we do that or the top 5 high thing? Like I was like top 5 like delinquent toys.
Okay.
Let's do that.
What's your number 1? Flaming tennis balls?
We'll do. Don't spoil it, John. We'll do that in a minute. We'll do our top 5s because I found these. I bought these during pandemic, and then
See the box?
yeah.
Snap.
I think you can just get them on Amazon. Yeah. And then I forgot about them. And
A Fun Trick noisemaker. This was
Fun
not-
Trick?
The Fun Trick.
Oh.
This was not printed by someone who speaks English.
No.
Fun Trick noisemaker.
I found them. I just saw them. I put them in my
Throw
top
it.
drawer.
Step on it. Pop it.
I remember people used to kind of just like that with their fingers. I was like,
Yes.
that.
Yeah, those kids are all in prison
Yeah,
now.
they're psychopaths. I love it, man.
Let's see what
I
happens.
love it. If how many more reasons do we have to give you to watch this fucking show on YouTube? Which, by the way, 60,000 subscribers we hit, which means Rat Family Vacation is out right now, and the scene that I saw from it, is John, Marty, Casey, Nick, Mary, MB in bonus land at a brunch at a breakfast the next morning and drinking heavily. And
it's the first time I've ever seen a brunch like that.
Yeah.
Because like you live them all the time,
But you don't ever
but you
film
don't,
them.
you don't ever get to watch them.
Yeah.
And
They're funny.
Clearly, just people just trying to figure out what the fuck happened.
Just
last
trying to live too. Like you're just hanging on for dear life. John finding out that he got sexually assaulted by an old woman at the bar, and then learning that like it was kind of his fault.
I was gonna say I'm not gonna tweet this, but I did. I will say it on this because
Doesn't count.
Yeah, this doesn't count. We all keep secrets here. Like that one, it felt like I was asking for that one.
Yeah,
Like,
you were looking for it just as much as he was.
I was wearing a pretty tight T-shirt, and I was like,
not to victim shame, but it was your fault.
yeah. That one I really asked. for.
That when you said like why was I getting sexually assaulted? You had this look on your face like what the fuck, and then someone was like, well, Taylor Swift was on. You were like, well, that look of like, well, you know, and our hands were tied.
Oh, all right, we're good.
That to me is one of my favorite things. This could be another top 5 at some point along the way. My favorite things, the 2 that come to mind are 1, the next morning when you go to a brunch and you order, my order would always be a water, an iced tea with extra lemon, and an alcoholic beverage of some sort, whether it's a Bloody Mary, mimosa, beer.
Wait, you
sometimes
get
it's
a water, an
iced tea, and a drink. So they just come with tons of drinks. And then you sit there and you try to recap, what happened.
Yeah.
Fun, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The fun stuff, the scary stuff, the stuff you didn't remember, you try to piece it all together. I love that. And the drive home.
I actually don't like that. It gives me severe anxiety.
Well, it depends on how bad of a fucking person you are, basically.
Like, it's like there have definitely been nights where like I'll go to brunch in the morning and be like, God,
I regret all of
I
that.
fucking really hope they don't tell me I killed someone last night.
Yeah. No, usually they're like, man, can you believe you bought that last round of shots, like 10 shots at 2 a.m.? And I'm like, that's okay. Versus like,
Also,
did
now
you,
I'm like, yes, no,
do
I
you remember when
completely
do you
believe
remember when you spit on that guy's face and then like kicked his mom in the head? Like, oh shit.
I'm like, but like, and that's not the kind of drunk I am. So like it's just the kind of anxious person I am.
Right.
Where I'm just like,
You know you didn't do anything bad, but
I've been so drunk so many times in my life, and I really don't think I've ever done anything
like horrific. Yeah.
I've done things where I'm like, well, I shouldn't have done that. But I've never done anything like,
That's
okay,
why-
we have to keep a secret, otherwise I go to jail.
That's why I think when you use the excuse I was drunk, it's like, well, I do kind of believe in like drunk mind, sober heart sort of thing. And like that was the real you coming to an extent.
Yeah.
I think what happens, it's like there's sober you, and then you start getting drunk, and then the real you comes out. And then you go back to like, now I can't be held responsible. You know what I mean? You come out the other side.
Okay, I see what you're
So
saying.
like when
I see what
you're
saying.
drunk, you like and you say a racial slur, like that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're drunk and you like cheat on someone, that's who you are. You fight, you're like a violent guy. Those are all your real feelings coming to light. And then when you're like blacked out, that's like a demon has possessed you,
Right.
And you can't be held
I
responsible.
actually
So it
completely
depends
agree
on
with that.
how drunk you are.
Yeah,
it's
you-
almost like if you're buzzed and you're an asshole, you're an asshole. And then when you're shit faced, I'm like, it's fine.
Yeah,
you
if
didn't mean it.
If your eyes are gone, like you can
Then-
tell when a soul has left the body.
Absolutely.
Right? Like,
Oh,
like
yeah.
this is a dead person who's just walking around.
Mhm.
They are like I think you said
If you
possessed.
still have a soul, then that's your soul. That's
Right.
that's who you are. So the recap is one of my favorite things, and the drive home from bachelor party weekends, to me, are way more fun than the actual at least with my friends, because everyone thinks they're a freaking comedian, so everyone's got like a stand-up routine ready to go. Recapping the funny shit that we did is funnier than doing the dumb shit that we
I've
did.
never done that. Oh, except I've never driven to a bachelor
That's what I was
party.
gonna say. That's the thing. If you
And I haven't been to
you-
many bachelor parties either.
So we've done we've done some where you like fly to Vegas. We've done some where it's like you just drive to Jersey, and or even maybe like drive back from like an MLK weekend skiing. Anytime there's a drive home, you get the right crew of guys in your car. Sometimes it's the worst because you get the wrong crew, and it's like this guy brought his girlfriend, or this is the one guy we don't like but we can't get rid of, or whatever it is. You know,
Yeah.
then the whole ride's fucked. But when you get like your crew in the car, and it's just like laughs all around for like 3 hours driving back from the mountain or the like with a whatever. I enjoy those things. I guess what I'm learning here is I enjoy recapping things more than I enjoy doing them.
Yeah,
Which I guess makes sense here as like a radio host and a fucking talker. It's like let's discuss the events that happened.
what was I gonna say? The I forget what show I was on. I honestly don't remember. But I was talking about how like I was talking to younger people, and I was like, you guys don't understand. Like before memes, like how men pass the time. Like, we just said Will Ferrell movies.
Just quoted things.
That was
Yeah.
that was it. Like that was before the internet.
We would just be like, whale's vagina.
Yeah.
And everyone would be like, it's from the movie with the thing. Yeah. It was
Dude,
a dark time.
Like when I lived in Newport in the summers when I was like starting at like 18, and like we would only be there for the summer. We'd work and party. That's all we did.
Yep.
And so
All I do was work and
we
party.
didn't bother getting the internet because like it wasn't that big yet, right? Like we had Facebook, but that was it. Like,
Yeah, you didn't have something that you need to check like every 2 seconds.
yeah, I didn't have a Twitter. I didn't have a Twitter until I worked at Barstool, and I would just like we would just sit in a room that didn't have cable or Wi-Fi. We would have Laguna Beach playing on TV 24/7. That was we just had the DVDs, so so it wasn't playing on TV, but we had the DVDs, and then we would just sit there, drink beers, and just say movie quotes. That was it.
And it was great.
That was
Now it sounds stupid because you've learned another way, but
that was
honestly,
it's actually I was saying it
here's
in the interview with Ron Funches, where it was like those are what people say like, oh, like you sacrificed or you did that. Like I didn't. Those were the best
enjoyed
times
it,
of my
yeah.
life. Like
Like
yeah,
when-
I was really, really poor, and it was the most fun I've ever
right
had.
when John says you sacrifice, meaning when we talked to Ron Funches today, he's on the show. We were talking a little 420 and stuff. We were talking about when we were growing up, and it was like I used to eat tomato soup with the Kraft singles. And people would be like, "Wow, you were really roughing it." It's like, no, we were roughing it, but it was enjoyable. We really liked it.
Yeah, I mean,
because
yes, I
we
guess
were
technically
because
I was
we
roughing
were
it, but-
simple. Like,
Yeah.
like it's like more money, more problems. Or it's like you get more money, but you have more bills. You get expensive taste. Now you have to keep up with the Joneses. When your life was just like, all I need, man, is like a 18 pack of beer. And I got to remember my old school quotes. That's it. Like here's a question for you. Do you think? Well, two parts. I guess one is, would you do this? And two, would it be better or worse? Would you go back in time and I don't know, fucking Men in Black or do some device that just prevents social media from really ever being invented? So like the blog life would still exist, but the on your phone updating an app, interconnectivity where, people are looking for your take all the time, that is no longer.
Would I do it?
Would you do it? And do you think, because part of me thinks that it would still all be relative. And we were the top dogs of like blogging, and that was the form of consumption. And so if nothing else ever came, we would just continue to be the top dogs. But would we ever become like, would Penn ever buy us? Because we would never be like this ubiquitous fucking, we're everywhere all the time sort of thing.
I think I would.
I think I would, because I think it was just so much it was just.
It was, yeah.
There's
basically what
less
doing is
competition.
We're preventing competition from happening.
like I say now, if do you think you could get a job at Barstool Sports right now? No shot. No shot. I'd be like, I'm a great writer. They'd be like, suck my dick. Nobody cares. Can you write tweets? Can you post on Instagram? Can you make funny videos in 10 seconds? Like, I'd be like, I do long form writing.
Can you make a video with a fucking robot voice where something silly happens? Like, no.
And as a matter of fact, I'd be like, I don't want to work here. That sucks. This company blows.
Go sell insurance. Fuck off.
Yeah, I would love to suppress the competition.
Go work at Enterprise.
Yeah. But if there was none of that, we would still be like, I don't think we'd ever become like a $500 million company, because there's just no way to get in everyone's eyeballs and in their brains 24/7. But it would be like, we just have to write blogs. I mean, the other day I was watching. Yesterday I watched the Mets game, but I just didn't tweet through it, And people were, where were you? And what's going
Bro,
on?
I
It's
had
like,
that happen
I
to,
can't.
like-
I don't want to tweet. And then I made a point. Like I was with my kids. I was hanging out. I was like, I'm keeping my eye on the game. But then some awesome shit happened. Did you see Stroman's Gold Glove play where he pointed to his glove? He's like, gold fucking glove,
No,
gold
I
glove.
didn't.
And then they ended the game on a caught stealing. Like they threw him out to end it, to win it. Like cool things. And I was like, I should be fucking tweeting. But I didn't. And people were like, where are you, not a real fan? I'm like, I can't do this anymore.
Dude, so I have two things to say here. One is about the thing earlier. And just so we're clear here, I just did 4 shots on lowering the bar.
Yeah, so John's drunk.
I'm not drunk.
I mean,
but
he did shots of Israeli liquor.
I'm gonna be a little all over the place.
Yeah.
But one,
as opposed to
yeah, this show, I don't even have to apologize for that.
No.
We were saying last episode, we're like, how the fuck? We went 40 minutes before we got to our point.
I know. It's either the best show in the world or the worst. No, I don't know which one.
But one, so with the pen and all that stuff, and I'll have friends and family be like, oh, this must be great, or just different stages of Barstool where they'll say that must feel must be gratifying. I finally feel like you made it.
Yeah,
This is you made it moment. This is you made it moment. I literally only have one we
made it moment.
It was when Dave said I'll pay you $50,000 a year.
Right.
And I
That was the
done.
first. Yes.
I can survive doing this.
Right.
That's,
Right.
Everything
it.
else I really haven't cared about.
I actually had one recently. So I don't know if I had my midlife crisis last week. What happened? Is squirt in your eye?
It's splashed back in my eye. Yeah.
Wow.
Sorry.
Guy's got a drinking problem.
God damn.
You all right?
It was right in my eye.
At least it wasn't fucking gunpowder. So the whole time I was, having my midlife crisis, talking about like, why don't I ever do these things, investment wise and finance wise? So I said, like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. So I got in I've been talking to people at Merrill Lynch, and in the beginning, like I talked to a couple people, and they were kind of like, they were helpful, but they were kind of like blowing me off, And then I finally sent over some paperwork, like outlining like what the deal is, and now my phone can't stop ringing. I'm like, oh, I get it. This is how it works. They're like, great news. We can like figure out a way for you to like not be poor. I'm like, finally, took me long enough. So that was a fun moment where it was like, oh, they're like, like right this way, Mr. Clancy. You know what I mean? Like having a right this way moment is a fun one too.
But wait, what was so? What I said I had two things.
So would you do that deal? Like, would you?
Yes, but then I had something else.
All over the place.
All over
You
the
interrupted yourself talking about the liquor.
Yeah.
You fucked yourself.
Yeah. I don't
Let
know.
the record show that wasn't me interrupting. The people
Oh wait. Oh. It was Red Sox. So like I haven't been tweeting a ton about the Red Sox this year, but I've watched. They're 11-6 now, I think. So I've probably watched 10 games, and I've sent a few tweets. Kind of the same thing as you. Where, like, I'm not tweeting full games or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then like I had a few people be like, "You didn't even tweet about it once last year," and I was like, "Yeah, they fucking sucked, and it was a pandemic
year."
And like they
Fuck
just
you.
fucking let their best player. They just traded their best player for fucking nothing. Actually, it seems, but it seems like
good, right?
nothing.
Yeah.
And it was like I was like, yeah, like it was just. It was not on my mind last year. In 32 years, I took a year off of not really watching the Red Sox.
I just hate that.
Suck
like,
my dick. I'm gonna watch them.
I almost lost it the other day when someone was like, not like KFC, that fake fan. Like we're interested in Frank's takes, and I was like, I'm going. My rage knows no bounds. Yeah, I'm not here to do the fucking dick measuring,
It is so weird. Like everyone like there's like a people try and compare. Like I'm a bigger fan than you. Really?
Yeah. I mean, I
You
could
really
not
think
give
that?
A fuck. Yeah. It's like sure. Let's. Also, it comes down to things too, where it's like, oh yeah, like who was the backup catcher in 1989? I don't know who the backup catcher was last year. Like, in one ear, out the fucking other, man. But yeah, it's. I wonder too. So I did notice this though. I'm being totally hypocritical here, in a sense. Not that I'm blaming him for it, but the Jake Paul thing. We'll talk about it in a minute. But I went to look at Dave's timeline because he's like a boxing guy, and I just like he just doesn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
We used to cover like award shows and sporting events, and when there was a big moment, people would rush to our timelines to see what you had to say, and he just doesn't do that anymore. And I was wondering, when you get rich, do you just not do that anymore? When you get so rich, or eventually, are you just like, I don't care about you anymore? And when I mean you, I mean all of you. Like, or is it just like maybe he's like, I get, social media's like a headache for me. I'm always getting like canceled, so I just don't do it anymore. Whatever the reason is, I just noticed that it's like, but once he got rich, it didn't happen. Wouldn't that be the goal, to be so rich? Because I think of social media as you got to keep up with the Joneses,
Yeah.
And then when you're so rich, you're like, I don't give a fuck about the Joneses. I'm richer than them. I am the Joneses.
The Joneses are trying to
keep up with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, that's a great feeling.
I guess I think of it as like, and this is like, I think Dave, we used to say about Bill Simmons too, like Simmons doesn't reply to people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no fucking
fucking kidding. I don't even reply to people anymore, and I'm a loser.
But I guess I always think of it as like, you're like, well, you have to come listen to my show if you want to hear.
Yeah,
my take on it.
I remember Francesa saying that. Like, I don't give this shit away for free. And I do guess, I mean, in my mind, I'm always like, I gotta get people to follow me any way I can. I guess when you're truly just set with it, where you're like, you pay for my takes. But I also could see it being like, once you're rich enough, you just don't give a shit anymore. That's great. I'm trying to get rich, man. I'm trying to get rich with Hogecoin, baby. Money, cash, Hoj. Money, cash, Hoj. That's the motto. Blockfolio is the way to do it. Blockfolio is the most popular app in the world for cryptocurrency when it comes to tracking and trading. Now, I'm not even sure if they do Dogecoin yet. They do. I think they do Dogecoin though. Do we know that?
They definitely do Doge.
So you can get your Bitcoin,
and
you
they
can get your
definitely
Doge.
do not do Hoj.
They definitely do not do
And
Hoj.
okay. Boy.
What are you out on Hoj?
Huh?
What?
No, just we started the show talking about like remembering things at brunch.
Oh no. Is this something embarrassing for you or me?
No, it's just
Something.
it's just something I did Friday night.
Oh no.
No, I just bought like $10,000 worth of
Hoj?
No,
Oh.
no, Bitcoin did a dip, and someone was like, "Oh, Bitcoin's did a
Good.
dip." And I was
That's
like,
smart.
I was like, "Perfect, let's."
Good.
I don't. Remember.
That's smart. That's not a bad thing at all. That's a
No.
good thing.
It's just money.
Bro, I'm over here
It's not
throwing-
money I could afford, Kevin.
That's a different story.
I'm literally remembering it right now.
I bought-
It's not money I could afford.
Kevin, I bought $50,000 worth of Atlanta suburban apartments. You think I can afford $10,000 of Bitcoin right now?
Newman County. It's 40 minutes from the airport. It's right off the highway.
I got a message from one of the original Black Stoolies, lives down in Atlanta, and he was just like, oh no, he bought in Newman, oh no.
It's an up-and-coming blue-collar neighborhood, Kevin.
He said to me, I believe the exact phrase was like, there is no reason in the world why someone would buy an apartment in Newman or something like that.
Oh God, this is bad too. It was a lot of FedEx employees because it's. I guess I don't know if it's FedEx, but like it's like those companies that kind of like basically work around airports because you're shipping all the time.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And it's big in those companies. Which are having a rough week.
He said, what the fuck does Newman need apartments for?
Can I show you this? I'm gonna show it to you. Let's see what you think. It's
Well,
Kevin,
while
we're
you pull
refinancing
that
in
up.
2 years. I'm basically gonna get all my money back in 2 years.
Well, once you get all that money, head over to your Blockfolio app and start tossing around. So Dogecoin, I mean, I could have had 45 grand in Dogecoin had I just invested on Blockfolio and I wasn't a paper hands bitch. If I just had Blockfolio and some diamond hands, I would have fucking 45 grand today. And a bunch of people here at Barstool would have hundreds of thousands of dollars. You can build your portfolio and follow the prices of more than 10,000. Yo, there's 10,000 coins.
that's
Like if you're out here buying the 9,999th crypto coin, you might have a problem. We might need to talk Blockfolio. But any of these coins, they're all available for easily purchase on the Blockfolio app, and you get in at the right time on some of these things. I think Safe Moon is another one that's coming up. I don't know if it's on Blockfolio or not. Some of these things are so rogue that they're off the grid, but those are stupid ones to buy if they're off the grid. So you want to buy ones that are real, from Bitcoin to Ethereum, now Dogecoin. All the other top tokens are available on Blockfolio, and you can make your trades with zero fees and get a free coin with every trade over $10. Which I laugh at because I'm like, they're probably giving you like the scrub coins, but then the scrub coins become the fucking rich coins. And next thing you know, you're like, well, I got these free coins from Blockfolio and they made me goddamn rich. So visit the App Store and download Blockfolio for free today. They make it as simple as possible, which is good because some of these things, people are like, all right, you got to download it here and the blockchain here, and then you got to transfer funds here and convert it into the Ethereum. I'm like, I don't fucking know. Make it simple, make it easy, and that's what Blockfolio does. So download the Blockfolio app. John, just stop looking. I don't care. I really don't care about your fucking apartments in Atlanta.
hang on. I just Googled because I didn't even know if I was saying the right name, and so I Googled.
Would it be like it was a wrong town?
I Googled Newman, Atlanta, and the first article that pops up.
This is gonna be great.
Where are the worst neighborhoods to live in Atlanta for 2021?
You can't script it. I literally couldn't script it. If we were writing a script and we said, all right, what's the scene gonna be? I would say that's too on the nose. That's too stupid. That's too dumb.
If you Google
The worst neighborhoods to buy.
Google Newman, Atlanta. Literally, people also ask, what is the poorest part of Atlanta? And then, where are the worst neighborhoods to live in Atlanta? That's great. That's good.
That's just great.
Worth it. Already worth
Yeah,
it.
that was a $50,000 investment for that joke right now. We should NFT that laugh and sell it somehow and make your money back.
Oh, that's good stuff.
That is great. The worst place. One of the poorest places in Atlanta, and one of the worst places to buy.
What's the place in America that's most like hell? The place Feits just invested. Oh,
See,
God.
here's why I would never
That's
invest in
fun.
anything ever. Here, let me tell you why. John. Anybody who is coming to me, I mean, you've had to have struck out on like the last 1,000 options. You know what I mean?
What did your grandmother say? No.
Yeah, right. So it's almost like when people say they're afraid to trade with Jerry West in the NBA or Belichick in the NFL. It's like if Bill Belichick didn't want this, then like you shouldn't trade for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, did you ask Bill? And Bill said no. Then I don't want. I shouldn't be investing in this either. But you're coming to me because I'm an idiot.
The best part of that investment is that the guy was like, okay, I'll send you like all like the transfer stuff and all that. And I was like, well, I'll just write you a check. And he was like, well, like, can you write a check? I was like, yeah, it's all in my checking account. He's like, what?
Why? Yeah. 50 grand in your checking?
It reminds
Like,
me-
where else would it be? What do you mean?
It's like way more. He's like, why do you have that much money in your checking account? I was like, where else am I supposed to put it?
Don't get me wrong, though. I'm with you on that, but we're idiots. Like, I would do the same thing.
It's one of my
But really, where are you supposed to put it?
Yeah. Well, the idea is you don't need that money just sitting there. You can put it into things that make more money for you. Even just a simple savings account has a higher rate of return. But you might want to invest it in things, I don't know, such as an apartment complex in the poor counties of Atlanta.
It reminded me of one of my favorite 30 Rock jokes when and she's talking about a significant less amount of money than I have in it. She's like, I think Tina Fey or Liz Lemon is like, she's like, yeah, I have like seven. I think Alec Baldwin asked her like what she has for money.
Yeah.
She's like, I have like $7 grand in checking, and he goes, "Are you an immigrant?"
That's great.
and I was like, no, it's right a check. He's like, you can do that? I was like, yeah. World. I mean, I guess I could just mail you the cash from under my bed if you want to.
That's okay. At least it's not in boxes in closets. God damn it. Like, you know what? You know when they say like secured the bag? That literally John has a bag of cash. Just, payday. Walked out with my 2-week paycheck on my back.
Yeah, a lot of people are just now like asking to be paid in Bitcoin. I asked for pennies. Can I get that in
Give me
rolls
some
of nickels if you don't mind?
US coins, please. Thank you. Ben Askren is the latest. Everyone, secure the bag. Ben Askren is that dude right now. That
I'm
whole
very
you're disappointed
Very disappointed.
in what?
I liked Ben Askren a lot,
And now it's hard to like him.
and I just think like
Well, so
Like-
what do you first of all, did you watch it?
I watched it.
Okay, did you watch the whole thing?
It was on all night.
The whole
but
thing was like a fever dream.
It was
I
wasn't-
remember, like, what I tuned in when Ric Flair and Pete Davidson were hosting the slap contest, and I was like, this sounds like something I would wake up in the morning and be like, oh man, I took like Benadryl last night. I had the weirdest dreams. So Pete Davidson.
Wait, did I tell you
and
about my fever dream recently?
No,
by the way, when
please
I was
do.
really sick,
please do.
and I didn't ask my girlfriend about it for days because I was so sure it was real, and I just didn't want to talk about it.
Wow, that could be dangerous.
I had a fever dream that these two women, because we just had new people move into our apartment.
Yeah.
And I had a fever dream that they walked into my apartment in the middle of the night. And I went out there and was like, get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. But I wasn't wearing pants. I had a shirt on.
Winnie the Pooh.
But I was naked.
Yeah, down
down below.
Yeah.
And they're like, look, this motherfucker's got his dick out. Like, put your fucking. And I was like, you're in my fucking apartment. What are you talking about? Put my dick away. and then my girlfriend got mad at them. Like, don't come in my fucking apartment
Talking about my boyfriend's dick.
And like, honestly, I had that. I was really sick. It was probably like 2 weeks ago. I was like sick, and it was like Saturday night or whatever. And I didn't even bring it up until Wednesday. I was just like, hey, by the way, like that was weird Saturday night, huh?
She was like, this
She's
didn't
like,
happen.
what are you talking about?
It's gotta be a fucking nightmare to live with you.
I was
Now
so-
you gotta worry about fictional scenarios that don't even happen.
Bro, I was like a fucking like an old West person in bed where like I had like the fucking like cold like cold presses on my forehead kind of deal.
Yeah,
Like
you
I
were
was
sick,
I was
sick,
sick.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was like, can you go put the napkin in the freezer so I can put it on my like? It sucked.
How about that though? What are you talking about? Put my dick away in my apartment. How about you remove your eyes from my dick's vision?
Get the fuck out of here! I had a door. You just came through it. Like I'm fucking walking on Fifth Avenue with this thing out. Like this is a fun. Strangers came into my apartment. I came out to tell them to go get the fuck out.
Were you? It would be weird if you were doing shirt, no pants though.
I've never done that in my life.
Never, right?
What a bizarre thing to do.
When you
Wait, people in the house, I gotta pop a shirt on real quick. You're like really fucking. You get some real body dysmorphia when you're having fever dreams about like, well, I can't see someone. Can't let someone see me shirtless.
have you ever?
I'll go out with the fucking flag at half mast.
Pull up to my love handles. Come on. Okay, so the Triller fucking special, the Triller pay-per-view was terrible. I mean, it was one of the worst things I've ever.
I
I
watched your 1 Minute Man on it today. Like I said, it was on the background, but like I wasn't paying attention until the fight started. So I didn't see.
I do
most of that
appreciate that it became a talking point. I think nowadays, if something's going to be bad, I want it to be horrendous so that we can make fun of it. So it was one of the more memorable pay-per-views for all the wrong reasons, but at least we could talk about it. The performances. Listen,
Well, I remember watching Bieber.
Did you watch Bieber?
I didn't like listen to it. But
Okay.
he looked big.
I saw you tweet that.
Bieber looked huge.
Oh, I couldn't. His shoe was untied, driving me crazy. It was terrible. If you watch that Bieber performance and you think it was good, like you just can't be trusted with your opinion anymore. Like
Really?
it's just.
It was
I
that bad?
mean, it's like hold it up to your ear. It just sounds like a guy like doing karaoke. I mean, that's objectively horrible, John. Right? I mean, that's terrible. And he's
Not
like, it's
great.
okay. And Bieber, I mean, I don't know if I've heard him sing well before.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying he is like bad. Maybe, I don't know, but maybe if you have those mics that have the auto tune on it or whatever. But that was terrible. And I just want all the people. I just want all the people out there to be like, when people are like, Bieber's back, I'm like, okay, so now I just know I can never trust your opinion on anything ever again. Just tell me that you're like a diehard Bieber fan and whatever, but you can't tell me that was good. So that was supposed to be the big performance. Like, if you're gonna do a music, Triller must have made $0.
I was gonna say, what, like, did
Him
they
alone.
even use that as a marketing stunt?
I think they did. I mean,
no, but like I didn't know Bieber was gonna perform with that.
neither did I.
what I'm saying,
So
like-
yeah, it wasn't very.
Like,
yeah,
unless you
yeah,
already
yeah.
bought it. Then it's
Right.
like, oh, by the way, we also paid $10 million for Bieber. Like,
Hey,
why did you use that
surprise!
for publicity?
I mean, they must have somewhere in some certain circles, but you're right. I feel like I should have seen that. I mean, Doja Cat, Saweetie, like they had big names. I mean, and Bieber being like the
I know Doja Cat.
sweet. You would. Probably
She's the
know
one who
it.
fucking said she's gonna put her titties out if she went
Yes.
number one on
Yeah,
Billboard,
and,
and
it
she
happened,
did,
and she
she's like,
fucking didn't. That's why you never make
Cowardly.
those bets. You know, that's like
Cowardly.
that reminds me. The first rundown I think we ever did. 21 Jump Street had come out, and
21, huh? Jesus Christ.
yeah, maybe 22, but I think 21. No, it had to be 21 because the whole point was that it was surprisingly successful, and Jonah Hill had said to Channing Tatum, or vice versa, I don't remember which way, if we are number one in the box office, I'll suck your dick. And like there it was, you know. So that was the question. And my take.
That was the one. Was this the Sony leak? Remember when the Sony emails leaked and
yeah.
and then it went
Probably
and
that.
Channing Tatum
yes.
sent an email to like
Being like, fuck you guys.
the executives of
Yes,
Sony
yes.
were just like, fuck you.
yes. It must have been along all that. And I here I am. I'm doing the rundown, and I'm just like I'm nervous at this point. Dave's an asshole. We don't like you don't know what to do. And I'm thinking everyone's gonna be talking about like, would you rather give or receive or whatever. And I was just thinking about the bet, and I just said something like, I was like, that's why you should never bet. I was like, just said something like, you should just never bet like a blowjob. Like you should never bet that you're gonna suck another guy's dick, because if that happens, then like you have to suck that guy's dick. And which is I don't know. I just thought that was a discussion point. And Dave was like, That was the worst take I've ever heard in my life. Like he was like the rundown's like sucks. The show sucks. I was like, I don't know. Was it that fucking? I don't know. Don't ever bet to suck somebody's dick.
Dave's like, I constantly do blowjob bets.
He's like, okay, that's the worst take I've ever heard. Dan, what do you got? I was like, what the fuck, man? Anyway, man,
I only give blowjob bets.
I exclusively bet dicks in my mouth. Okay.
I guess
So Triller.
Can I say something else now?
Sure.
We're gonna keep going all over the place again.
Yeah.
I owe an apology to women. I think.
John. Yes, you do. I don't know why, but yes, you do.
All right, so I've been working out with my Liteboxer, and I basically every day. And one of the funnier things, there's not an ad for it today. Free one there. That's Liteboxer, KFC. I think it's very funny that like when I have a smoothie afterwards, it just gets all over my mustache. Like it's a fucking mess. It's a nightmare.
Yep.
And I kind of put that on Instagram now every once in a while. It'll be.
I like how you say mustache, by the way.
Yeah.
Smoothie in my mustache.
And it is.
Where is this going? Is it gonna be about cum or something?
Yes, exactly. Yeah. And because it's a protein-based liquid.
Right.
And I gotta
It's
scrub the
disgusting.
fuck out of that thing. So every time a girl, I'm like, what does it matter if it gets in your hair?
Oh, yeah.
It's a nightmare,
It's a
Kevin.
I'm gonna apologize. I'm gonna apologize to women on my partner's behalf here for him not knowing it was a big deal till right now to cum in your hair. I knew pretty instantly that you don't want cum in your hair.
Like, I just feel like, well, just go wash it out. We'll give this shit.
No,
Bro,
I've dealt with enough cum to know that this doesn't just wash right out. Okay, anybody who has even experienced cum in any way, shape, or
Where have
form
you
knows.
been dealing with it?
I shoot it out of my own dick every day.
Well, I mean, like, where's it going that you're dealing with it?
It's been on my arm. It's
Why
been
are
on
you
my.
doing it?
I've gotten cum on myself before.
So have I,
Absolutely,
but, like,
and it's not been fun to get out.
I've never
You've
had
never
it.
you don't have like body hair, man. You ever get cum on your stomach? It's a fiasco.
I have.
Shout out to YP, R.I.P. The cum belly is like, oh, this. I got to get in the whole ass shower right now. I got to get the loofah out for this one.
Dude, the other night I was like, the other day, like I was like, I might just shave this mustache off.
just because
It's just too much.
Why don't you?
thick
Why
liquid
don't
to get out of
you
my
drink the
mustache.
smoothie with a fucking straw? Is it that
It's
thick?
funny.
You can't. Yeah.
It's funny. I literally
Do it for the gram.
I literally sit on my balcony and laugh at myself as it spills on my shirt. I show almost nobody. I gotta put it on Instagram eventually, but I could do one sip and then that could be it. No, I stay out there the whole time and just like look at myself drink a smoothie on a camera.
This is the new world.
I'm like, this is hilarious.
See, we could have gone back in time and stopped that. We could have just been bloggers. Instead, it's like, check out my video.
Look at me.
Got
I got
cum on my face.
I got fucking a sugary snack in my beard or fucking mustache. Yeah, no, that was a problem. I was in the shower like almost like nodding. Like
I get
the
it. I get it now.
Like the
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
All right.
I
you got
understand.
it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna come in your hair again. I promise. No more coming in here. Back to the Triller pay-per-view. So the pay-per-view stunk. We have not even gotten to Ben Askren yet. Did you see the guy who faked the low blow? That was
Oh,
incredible.
that was unbelievable.
Needing the stretcher was.
I mean,
So here was my thing.
that made Canseco look like a fucking World War II hero.
Right? Or did he just get a kidney shot that was like debilitating and was like, well, I think people think I got hit in the dick, so let me run with that. Or was he just faking the whole thing?
I think he's faking the whole thing.
Because I thought maybe he
Like, I
took
mean, like,
a
the
good
slow-mo
shot to like the
replays they
kidney
were
and was like,
showing?
oh fuck, I'm done. But the ref was like, no, that was a low blow, and he was just like, yeah, wink wink, like get a stretcher for me. I'll ride this. Because the dude who
haven't
threw the
gone
punch
back
was like,
to a-
what the fuck, bro? I didn't punch him in the dick, and he very clearly did.
I mean, like
Not even close.
But like, I don't think
his-
like if the kidney connected. I don't think he connected that hard.
No, yeah.
Like, I mean,
So
so
he
it's
just-
not
I
my
mean,
body.
he-
I can't feel it.
He
but-
was Costanza going to the Hamptons.
Oh yeah,
He committed to that bit. I did this once. I was playing basketball, St. Mary's Star of the Sea. We played in this gym that was like our school in the Bronx was just terrible. And the court, the out of bounds was like maybe a foot from the wall. Like you had to, like your back was against the wall when you were inbounding it. And then there were these wooden, then there was these metal heaters, like base, and I don't know, just fucking heaters. And I had like a clear breakaway, and I just kind of like dribbled off my foot, and it went out of bounds in like a big spot. And then we like scrambled for the ball to get it. And we like dove for the ball, and I was so embarrassed. I was in like fucking 5th grade at this point, and I was so embarrassed. And people, we basically lost the game because of that. But we were a good team. We had like some intense parents, and people were like, and I was like the only white kid, and everybody's like, "Fuck this cracker," and they were like so mad at me.
Really?
No.
Oh,
but I was
okay.
like, but they were like,
I mean, I would have believed it.
No,
I
yeah,
mean,
no, they were thinking it. They were thinking it totally. They probably were like, not, but in my head they were. And so I like smashed into the heater pretty bad, but like totally fine. But I was like so embarrassed, and I just wanted to like stay down, and I just basically like completely faked an injury to get away from that whole fucking thing.
I've done that too, only it was like even way worse. We were playing at John F. Kennedy Memorial Rink in Barnstable, Massachusetts. One of the sickest rinks ever.
Sounds like it. Better be a JFK Memorial.
Well, I mean, like the rink itself isn't anything special at all. But like if you slap your stick on the ice, it makes like a laser beam noise. So like we were like mites and squirts, like it just sounds like a fucking Star Wars scene, like every warm ups.
Yeah.
But there was a game, and this I've
Hockey's a great sounding sport.
It's
the best?
Well, yeah, baseball's up there too.
Basketball's obviously the worst. The squeaking.
Yeah.
If you zero in on squeaking, it becomes unlistenable.
Yeah.
You can't watch. I had to like turn the game off. It like freaks me out. Baseball, I would go. I would personally say baseball just because of my sport. Like it's my sport. But the glove, the pop of the glove, I think is better than the crack of the bat. Even though even sliding into the base like that, like there's a lot of good sounds in that.
Yeah.
But hockey's pretty cool too.
Hockey,
and then I think football is. It goes basketball, football, baseball, hockey. And I would flip.
I'm sorry, was it
last place? It goes from last to first. It goes basketball, football. I would say hockey, and then baseball, and you would flip baseball and hockey.
Yeah, but I probably, but I think the clear one too is the clear one too.
Yeah.
But we're playing Barnstable, and same kind of deal where it was like a. I honestly don't remember the score of the game. I don't remember the situation, but I remember I just should have scored a goal. And I didn't, and there was like an empty net, and I got hit. Not an empty, like, it was just like I was looking at it. The goalie wasn't pulled, but wide open.
Yeah.
And then I got hit, and then when I got hit, like my helmet got caught on the net, and so like my head kind of stayed up while the rest of my body went down.
I mean, that sounds like worth
and
it.
it hurt, and so like I kind of like
when you milked it.
So I was like rolling around a little bit. It definitely hurt, but I was like rolling around, and then like I remember the officials immediately stopped the game. My coaches came sprinting onto the ice, and they were like, stay down, don't move. And I was like, okay, like, it's not that bad, but okay. And then they were like, the ambulance is on the way. And I was like, Jesus Christ, what did this look like?
Did you go in the ambulance?
Yeah, I went in the ambulance.
Oh, wow. Because I was about to say.
At that point, I was just like, okay, I'm just going to ride this one, I guess.
So with mine, they did the, like, arms around two people, and you kind of like carry me back to the bench. And I remember the whole time being like, I can absolutely walk. And then I was on the bench, and and obviously at that point, so it was like late in the game anyway. But I was like, I can't even go back in the game because I'm like not allowed to really, you know. I can't pull a Paul Pierce here. And then when it was time to leave to like go to the parking lot to get in the car, I was like, should I like limp the whole time? This motherfucker got in an ambulance though.
Oh,
I mean, you went to the solarium.
I got in the ambulance and they cut my equipment off me because they thought I broke my neck.
And the whole time you're sitting there, like, being like,
this
and
is not that big a deal. Like you guys, you guys are all being really dramatic about this.
But did you get the impression that it was because you milked it, or you were just like, well,
no,
this is what the doctors?
It was
like
immediately,
if you had said, guys, I'm actually okay, they probably would have taken the same precautions anyway, just because you have to.
I guess
because what if your neck was broken?
I've never seen it, so I guess it must have looked really bad.
And were your underwear on point that day?
That was why it was that. Yeah, so that's why I said I've told parts of that story.
Yeah,
but like it was. Like they cut it all off. It was a big deal because they were like, they like, no, I got stretchered off. I got like, put like.
You're sitting there the whole time like.
One of those like roll them.
Yeah.
Like, a neck brace on. Like it was a whole thing, and I was like, I am completely fine. Like
you should do one thing I learned on that one. Just the thought of you being like, you know what? This is a very obscure reference, but one of my favorite movies of all time, Hook. You know when there's a scene where he's just smashing all the clocks. Because Jack was fucking around. You don't know what they are.
I know Hook, but I just forget that scene.
I think here's a reason why I'm having a midlife crisis. My midlife crisis is brought to you by Miller Lite.
Okay. I'm
gonna have to drink through my midlife crisis because it's the only thing that you can count. Think about it. Beer is the only thing you can count on from the day you're legally allowed to drink it until the day you die. Everything else comes and goes, but beer is forever. And great tasting beer like Miller Lite truly is forever. You can always count on it. You can always rely on it, whether you're down in the dumps or whether you're celebrating, whether you are having a good time or a bad time, whether you're going through your midlife crisis or not. you've got your Miller Lite. Quarter-life crisis, encouraged. Midlife crisis, no crisis at all. Whether you're enjoying your life, have yourself. You're going to drink that?
Warm one, yeah.
Okay, my man.
Miller Lite's so goddamn good. I'll have a
You know
warm
what?
one.
You know why? Actually, it works because this is a good endorsement. When things are warmer, you
You know,
taste
beer's
it.
nice and toasty when it's.
Yeah, when it fuzz, that's not even suds. That's fuzz. You can taste it. You know, you make things cold and you can't taste it as well.
Yeah,
the warm
yeah.
beer you can actually taste, and this has got great taste, less filling. So, get yourself some Miller Lite, no matter what stage of life you're in. It's the most consistent beer on the planet. It's got good taste. It's not just about watering it down like other brands. It's brewed in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, so they take that shit seriously. Where they're gonna make sure. Nice, that was smooth. They're gonna take it seriously. It's gonna taste good. So Miller Lite is the official light beer of Barstool Sports. It's the official light beer of life. I like that. Sometimes I think of these slogans. I'm like, Miller Lite's gonna use this in a Super Bowl commercial. And right now, you can get them delivered right to your door because we are living in the future. Where think about being a kid of legal age, partying now. Where beer runs used to be a production for us.
Yeah.
Who's gonna drive? Who's got the car? Who can?
That's true.
And now it's just like beer runs to you.
I did it the other night. I ordered some liquor on Drizzly, and I live above a liquor store. I just didn't feel like going
Yeah,
downstairs.
it doesn't matter. When people get upset about that, it's like, does it matter if it's a block away or 10 feet away? I'm lazy.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? So who cares?
I don't feel like putting shoes on.
And as a matter of fact, if I was a delivery man, wouldn't I be like, this is great? I'd run upstairs and get like my
Yeah.
$5 tip.
Oh,
Like,
I think I've said that before back when I lived in Southie. But I
Yeah.
would have
Closer's better.
They would just, the Chinese restaurant they just walk out the back.
Right. And I still
Yeah,
get
bro.
as long as you tip them the same, you know?
Right.
So you can get it delivered right to you when you go to MillerLite.com/KFC to find those delivery options right near. It's Miller time, so celebrate responsibly from the Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. This happened recently a couple times, but it really hit home when I did 1 Minute Man on. I can't remember what the topic was, but I said Into Bolivian.
Oh, right. That one's been around
It's been bubbling, right?
But I almost feel like that one's. So many people didn't get it for so long that now it's like a thing because you don't get it that you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Where like it becomes such a thing that people don't get it that they get it now.
But that's the thing. There was a couple people who piped up and were like, "You're a rookie," or "You don't know," or like, "I have my back." Not that now. That's not even happening.
Really?
It's just our jokes are old, and that makes sense because think about it. If again we said this last week how the what is it? The 90s today is like the 60s of the 90s,
Yes.
right? So if someone made a joke, a sports reference joke, and I didn't get it, and they were like, "Bro, that's from come on, that's from the 1972 Big Red Machine," I'd be like, I don't fucking know that reference, dude. Mike Tyson is 35 years old or whatever. How long ago was that? How long ago was that fight? It had to be in the.
This fight?
That would be no, because that's 1988.
Yeah.
When Into Bolivian had to be in the 90s, right? Not even. It can't be the 2000s, right?
No, fuck no, absolutely not. I don't know.
It was. I think it was his return.
Was that eating the babies too?
I think
his children.
Into Bolivian. 2002. Shit.
Really?
Okay, never mind. So now I'm back. Now I'm off my fucking midlife crisis. Fuck you guys. You don't get good references because that's only 18 years old.
Right.
Is that true? 2002?
I think.
I would have guessed 1997.
I mean, I don't even remember what fight that was. What fight was that? I remember fucking I had a little league party.
Wait. Go delete year for
I
a
think,
second.
Yeah, I think the clip is from 2002.
Look at that. Barstool. It says Into Bolivian Barstool
Really?
on the autofill. That's crazy. But even that, look at that. You're one stop for Barstool glossary terms. That's not a Barstool term. I mean, it's just a. But that's what I mean. It
we
is.
Definitely are the ones who use it.
We're the only ones
people
that.
who
Well,
use
that
it.
was my
Yeah.
point. We're the last stand of Into Bolivian, and mind-boggling. Bottling is another one. But I was like, I don't think I can use this joke. It was a moment. Because, like you said, this has been bubbling for a while. But, a couple of years ago, I would stay firm and be like, no, fuck you. That's on you. That's a good joke. You don't get it. That's not on me to change.
Stop.
Like a couple years ago, I would have, if you said what's into Bolivian or like, did you just say instead of oblivion? I would have been like, fuck you. That's a funny joke. That's a good reference. You just don't know it. Your father didn't raise you right. Like, fuck off. Now I'm like, I just think it's just not a good joke anymore because if 95% of the crowd doesn't get it, if 5% does get it, and they're like, that was funny, but the other 95 is like, I just don't know what you're talking about. That's not a good joke.
Yeah, that's on you at that point.
Like, or like, I shouldn't say it's not a good joke. It's just not, you like know your audience, you know? Like if a stand-up comedian got up there and was using jokes that like were good in back in the day, and I was just like, yeah, but I don't know who you're talking about. I'd be like, that's not a good act. So I was like, fuck.
I would agree. I think it's probably, I guess it's got to
time
go.
to, yeah.
It sucks.
Like it's
Well,
time
like,
to
I also, I don't think it could have been in 2002. I'm just trying to think like,
think
I remember like having a little league party for like I got the fight at my house, and I got Tyson Lennox Lewis, and I was in little league, which means I was under 13, which means it was in like, I guess it could have been up to 2001. Wait, what year was it?
Yeah,
born?
I mean, he said
88.
2002.
What's 88 plus 13? Well, that's not gonna do it. 01?
But yeah,
Okay.
so you could be like 12 or
So
13.
it could have been up to 01. And like, but like Lennox Lewis was like, that was like Tyson's like last big fight, right?
I mean, I'm gonna fade into oblivion. It was after losing to Lennox Lewis in June of 2002.
Oh. So I guess, yeah, it's right there.
But yeah,
But-
I mean, that's, that's
yeah, I
only
guess
like
I-
18, 19 years old now. I would have said that's 25 to 30 years old.
Yeah.
I think that's, you know what it is? I think that's because Mike Tyson's comebacks all sucked. So like that was actually like his fifth comeback or whatever,
Yeah.
you know? But if it was his first comeback, that would have been like the early 90s, you know? Whatever, mid 90s.
Yeah, you get a lot of comebacks when you're a drug addict.
right. I mean, like the first one was against Peter McNeely, right? Like it was
I
like
don't
80
even-
seconds.
that's
That
even-
was like I
that's
was a
too young
baby.
for me,
That's what I
yeah.
mean. So I'm mixing them all up because I'm old. But yeah, I was like, I guess, that. So I think it all goes hand in hand with like recently when people were arguing about Young Thug versus Jay-Z, and it's like it's the first time that like rap music wasn't cool anymore, and people are now making fun of millennials because they are now old,
Yeah.
And it's
I'll
like-
tell you what, millennials, we had a real hard time of it.
we went from the young assholes who ruined everything
To just the old
being the
dickheads.
old fucking dickheads who like
crazy.
can't keep up.
We have 10
In a matter of
years,
like 2
bro.
years.
It was like a 10-year run where we ruined everything.
By the time I found out I was a millennial, I was a loser. I was like, I don't even know I was a millennial. I really do believe, by the way, they got to give further breakdowns. Because
Why?
Because I think if you were born, it goes from like 81 to 96. That's wildly different.
Yeah, it's very
Like my brother's a millennial. My brother's about to die.
Well, that is the thing too when people like talk about millennials, and now I think we don't really get that shit anymore. But I think it's not just like, oh, millennials are young people. Like even like up until like recently, it's like millennials have like mortgages and kids and
Yeah,
gray hair.
right.
What are you talking about? Like millennials killed fucking the Olive Garden.
Yeah. Right.
Like,
It's like, no, we didn't. I mean, but I guess like some of them, they needed to just split that in half, basically.
Yeah.
I would say millennials needs to be like the 90s almost. If you were born in the 80s, I don't think you're a millennial.
I'm 88. I feel like I relate to the millennials.
Oh, do you? You fat loser. You think that if you went somewhere like the young millennials would want to party with you? Get the fuck
I mean,
out of here.
I'm on the younger side of millennials, I think.
No, you're like right in the middle.
What was it, 81?
I think it's 81 to 96. So that's like 8 years. You're like literally right in the middle.
Yeah, okay. I can spin that into being on the younger side. I'm not on the older side.
Brother, I can spin anything you want into anything you want.
Older side is the older side. I'm not on that side. Therefore, I must be on the younger side.
I'm picking up what you're putting down. I like that. So, Ben Askren.
I was wondering if we were ever going to get there.
Ben Askren, do you like? I think that this all comes down to how you define taking a dive. Like, do you think he lost on purpose? I don't think he lost. You think he like if you were gonna lose on purpose, wouldn't you stay down?
I guess maybe you're right there.
So and like, have you seen like?
I feel like he took a
have you
dive
seen
like
the
I
punch?
did too. Where I was like, I heard a little bit, but you guys really making this a bigger thing than I thought it was.
I feel like he didn't train. I feel like he didn't.
Oh, he looked fat as shit.
Try. He didn't take it seriously. I think he underestimated Jake.
That's
I don't
how
think
I've always said if I was ever gonna fight in a rough and rowdy, it would be like look, I'm not doing anything. I'll get in that ring and I'll fight
But you know
but
why?
I am not trying.
But that also leaves the perfect excuse.
Right.
If you bust your ass and then you lose, it's like you are a loser. You put everything you had into this and you lose, so that sucks. If you go into it like Ben Askren did, being like,
I mean, Ben
Jake,
looked
he was like,
big. I don't know Ben's career that well. I don't know what he like fought at. He looked
well,
like me. in that.
he had hip surgery like last year, so he's been like on the couch for like 15 months, which is like nobody would be in shape after that. I think that it's a lot easier to just be like, yeah, well, you know, he was like, I mean, the whole week he was like, if Jake's good, I'm dead.
Yeah.
You know? And he kept, you know, when I talked to him, he wanted to talk about Frisbee golf and crypto more than he wanted to talk about this fight. So I don't think he tried hard. I think that's very different than like, I'm going to go in there and take a dive. Because also, if you're really going to do that, you would go like a round or two. Like, I don't think you would, I don't think you would be
I mean,
first round
he
knockout.
looked like a fucking tree falling in the forest. Like that
Bro,
was.
look at this punch and tell me he doesn't like take one. Like, he gets fucking clocked. It's a big punch. It's a pretty big fucking punch.
It's a big punch, but it's almost like he fell too perfectly. Like he legit like he felt like someone who would be like
someone who got his fucking bell rung, like someone who got punched in the fucking head. I mean, and then he wanted to like, he was kind of like, you think he was acting when he was like protesting, like, no, I'm good, like, let me fight.
yeah, I mean, I guess there are a lot of obviously mitigating factors here, but just like that, the way he fell, where I was like, people don't fall like that. Like that's just
Like
I feel I feel like you almost
like
you
timber.
you kind of more like crumble than fall like that.
Yeah.
Like that almost feels like someone who's like aware of like stiffening muscles and things like
Yeah,
that. Like usually when you get knocked out, it's just like
bam.
like you
Yeah,
drop
you're
into a
done.
heap.
Yeah.
Rather than like that. Like I mean that was a far
It was
fall.
like Looney
Like,
Tunes.
yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, I feel like, you know, Jose Canseco like didn't even get like,
I mean, there's no doubt he got punched.
Right.
He got
That's what I
punched.
mean. Like,
Yeah.
and so maybe he went into it being like the first time I get like a good clean punch landed on me, I'm gonna fucking take it. Like I'm gonna just stay down. But he didn't stay down. He got up.
Yeah.
Then if you're gonna take a dive, you
it
stay
also
down.
is like I feel like we're just completely speculating here, but I also feel like he's a fighter. Like he's been hit. I'd be like you said, like I'll get hit a few times. I
Yeah.
don't fucking care. Like,
Yeah.
Like,
Unless-
am I terrified? Like, do I think this person actually gonna kill me? No.
Yeah.
So I'll just fucking.
But that's where the people saying that he took a dive come in, and they showed me footage of when he was on the ground at the second right before he got sent to the Shadow Realm. He was on the ground and he just got like fucking wailed on, and they're like, this guy like got knocked out in one punch. I'm like, yeah, because of that. Like the last fight he got kneed into outer space and his brain was mush.
Wait,
and the
so
fight,
he fought Masvidal?
yes, he was the guy who got that flying knee to end it
Okay.
in the first shot. Like, remember that was like the bell rung, he ran across, did the flying knee, and he was out. So like that
I mean, if
dude's
you're
brain is
fighting-
mush.
If you're I knew the name Ben Askren.
Yeah.
And I don't know MMA well enough to know everything, but I definitely knew the name, but I couldn't have told you any of his fights. If you are on the level where you're fighting fucking Masvidal, I don't think that.
And that's what a lot of people
Jake
are saying.
Paul can one
But
punch.
also, don't you think that if Masvidal needs your brain out of your skull, and prior to that you were like eating these punches where like it didn't knock you out then, but like my example would be like if somebody tackled Troy Aikman today and he got if I tackled Troy Aikman and he hit his head and they were like a concussion, they'd be like, Kevin Clancy gave Troy Aikman a concussion. Look at all these times he got a concussion in the NFL.
No,
that guy got a
Lawrence
concussion.
Taylor gave him a concussion.
Right. That's what I mean. It's like
Kevin just activated it.
That's what I'm saying. Like that's just further evidence that like he was retired, he hadn't fought, and his brain had been mashed in a bunch. But I do understand the logical side of like I once rose to the level to fight Masvidal, and now like I couldn't take a single punch from Jake Paul. So
and like I think at this point too, like he's a YouTuber, but like I mean clearly the guy can fight. It is one of the things.
well, the guy can wrestle. Oh, you mean Jake? Yeah. So yeah, well, that was my next question. Where do you stand on Jake Paul? Because like I hate that I have to defend him because I don't like him. I really love Logan. Everybody knows that. But Jake, I've never talked to him, so I've never even had the chance to like learn if there's another side to him. But if I liken it to like Barstool because he's a YouTube personality the same way like we are. If like Billy Football fought a YouTuber, a blogger, beat the shit out of him, and then was talking all this sorts of shit, and people were like, fight a fucking real athlete. And then he fought an NBA player and beat the shit out of him. And they said, fight a real fighter. And he beat up an ex-MMA guy and then earned his way to be I think he already has proven himself.
I
the
think
fact
that's-
that people are saying you have to fight a real boxer in order for me to respect you means you're on the level of a professional boxer.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's exactly.
and
You're making the argument against yourself.
Yes.
When you're like
yes.
if you want me to think you as a boxer,
fight a boxer.
go fight a boxer. Like,
Yeah.
well, okay, so
That's
you
my
think him as a
point.
boxer. Then.
Yes, exactly that. And I can't believe that people don't understand that.
Yeah.
And it's like, so he's, in my mind, has already won if he went from being a YouTuber to being mentioned in the same breath as, well, no names because there's no boxers who exist anymore.
Right.
Boxers are like mythical. Anybody that's not a heavyweight is a
It's
mythical.
like Triple
fucking,
G. I think Canelo. I don't even. Think Canelo's
I
even
could
good
name
anymore.
how many could you? I could name Mayweather, Fury, Deontay Wilder, the fat one, Andy Ruiz, right?
Yeah. I wouldn't have gotten him, but yes.
Canelo, Triple G.
That's
I can name 6 or 7 boxers, and that's
that's more than I would have gotten. But I will say this, dude. I wasn't at that fight, obviously. I had floor seats to Triple G at MSG, and that's still a wild night. It's like me and Dan went, and we Peter Berg gave us the seats.
right.
Like,
The dude
guy
from
who directed
Friday Night Lights.
Friday Night Lights and
Yeah.
fucking Lone Survivor.
Yeah.
And we met him beforehand. He's like, his son was like a stoolie. And I was like, I didn't know any of this until the night up. And
Right.
I was like, where are we sitting? Like on the floor. And it was like with Michael Davies.
Yeah,
And it was
yeah.
that was like one of the things where it's like,
Michael Davies is the fucking man.
It was like for people who don't know, he's like we knew from NBC,
TV
NBC
producer.
Row, but
Yeah.
he does. I
Men in
associate with Men in
Blazers.
Blazers, yeah. And we went out with him and a couple of his boys, and it was like, I mean, this is probably 6 years ago, right? 5-6 years ago. We just moved to New York,
Yeah.
and so it was seeing what it wasn't even a baller night I mean, yes, it was. We sat on the floor at a fucking major fight.
Yeah.
But that's how they just kind of have a guys' night.
Right.
It
That's
was
just like you want to go
it's
get a couple beers?
Yeah.
At the garden on the floor watching Triple G?
It was him and 4 of his buddies who went to this really nice sushi restaurant. I was like, oh, this is just the boys hanging out. Only the boys have money. And but it was a wild
Watching
night.
that up, they're on another level, right?
What?
Those guys, when you see them on that level.
Yeah.
That's where
And-
it's like if Jake Paul does fight someone like that,
But it wasn't even watching it; it was feeling it.
yeah.
That was the crazy thing to me. I could when I say we had good seats, Seinfeld was right there, Chris Rock was right there, we were there.
Yeah.
And I could feel it. When Triple G threw a punch, I felt it in my seat.
What?
Yeah, it
Holy
was
shit.
crazy. It was that's how hard it's going through. I don't even remember who he was fighting, but it's going through another person's body, through a ring, through a fucking floor,
Shaking the
and I
fucking
could
ground.
feel it in my fucking seat.
That's nuts.
That's how hard they hit.
And that's
I can't believe Jake's there.
no,
Obviously.
but that's what
But,
like the fact that people are even having these conversations. It's like if someone was like, yeah, listen, dude, Michael Jordan would beat him one-on-one. It's like the fact that you're even saying that means that he's pretty fucking good at basketball, you know? And he's so smart because he just keeps picking incrementally better people, but ones that he knows he's going to knock out or at least be able to handle. And, or I think he would take on Conor McGregor for the money and the fame, and if he gets his ass kicked, so be it, But right now he's super smart about it. So this is the argument we had on the rundown.
How awesome was that? And maybe he is just really a person who's just built completely different than me. And the idea that he could lose never even went through his mind.
Yeah.
But if that was me going into that fight, where I'm someone who's a pretty good fighter, and I'm not I'm saying if I'm Jake Paul.
Yeah.
And I'm a pretty good fighter, and I can hit, I can strike, I can throw hands. But part of me would be this dude fought professionally his entire life.
Right.
He's probably
That's
gonna
the
knock me
thing.
out. And
That's where those guys are different. I said Logan gave him a pump up speech before he went out there. And part of me was laughing because I was like, man, these guys are just always putting on a show. They always know to ratchet up the dramatics and the pageantry. But maybe they just believe it. And that he was like, this is your fucking legacy. This is your fucking life, your legend. And that guy, it's nothing to him. And and that's true, And part of it, I think if you buy into these things, that's why we're fucking losers. We're just this doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. None of this is important. I don't really care. And Jake Paul is this is the most important thing in the world to me.
one day I'm just gonna die.
Yeah, right. So why try to do anything? Because sooner or later I'm going to be dead, But if you take it seriously and live it, and that's where the dude just keeps winning and keeps getting money and keeps proving people wrong, and they keep moving the goalposts.
And so to finish my thought, I would have just been That would have been insane to me. I'd been like, holy fuck, let's party, let's go nuts tonight.
Yeah.
Like, holy
Yeah.
shit, I just fucking won that. But I wonder if Jake was just like,
No, he was pretty emotional.
I
feel like
expected to.
I feel like he had like a tragedy, like his friend died or something recently this week because he was like crying on the mat, and like I think Bob Fox told me it was like something like important to him. But I think he's like, I think he believes it, but I think it's also like he puts his all into it and gets it fucking done. So we were saying on the rundown, the problem is boxers are hungry ass people who are usually like, I'm fighting for like my meal, you know. So he's obviously not doing that because he's rich. But if you have a chip on your shoulder that's like the whole world hates me and wants to see me fail, literally the whole world, because they all know me already, that's a pretty good motivator, man. That's like I would be like, well, whatever, I have money. He's like, I don't think he cares about the money. Like he wants to be like known as that. Do you think if he trained for like 10 years, he would be like a boxer? Marty's like kind of a Jake Paul guy, and he was just like, he's a good athlete and a good fighter, and if he's got money, he just dedicates all his time to boxing. Like maybe he would just be not a champion,
he's
but
26, right?
24, I think he is.
24.
Yeah, which is kind of late in boxing, but like,
I mean, definitely late in boxing. Right?
sorry, you're like 8, you know? Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, he's playing such a good villain, such a good heel, and winning, and the arguments against him are so bad that it's making me like him and take his side. Where I'm like,
what are the arguments against him?
There
like
are
that.
none.
Yeah.
It's just they hate him, you know? And it's like, and he's like, he's getting better. You keep asking him to fight this level of fighter.
Did he knock out
and he doesn't.
KSI? Is he like 3-0 with like 3
Yes.
knockouts?
He didn't fight KSI. He fought a different one. Logan fought KSI.
Logan fought KSI what, twice, 3 times?
Yeah, it was a loss and a draw for Logan. He fought another YouTuber, I think Freddie or Frankie something, who was like a nobody. Knocked out. Yeah. So
3-0, 3 knockouts is pretty strong.
Yeah, and you know,
And they've all. How long did Nate Robinson go?
around maybe second round, I think.
Yeah,
Maybe.
that one wasn't a long one.
Yeah, it was a lot of like grappling and like, hugging him too.
He can
so
hit.
like,
Fucking guy
the
can
kid's
hit.
got a fucking right hand. Like, so just at least like respect it and tell it like it is. All right, we'll do. So we got Ron Funches on the show for a 420 special. He's got a new show out called Chopped 420, which is like a cooking competition mixed with weed. And I hope that everybody is just fucking zooming right now while they listen to this episode all over the goddamn place. So we'll do top fives and then our voicemails.
Yeah.
Top fives are brought to you by Movement. Join the movement today. Get yourself a nice timepiece. I'm gonna start saying timepiece.
Okay.
When
I'm
people,
gonna start. I should say timepiece in my movement sunglasses. The ones because I got the.
Oh no, yeah. So you have spectacles and I have a timepiece.
Yeah.
You want to buy sunglasses and watches? Go to some other bullshit company. You want spectacles and timepieces? Like if someone tells me you have a nice watch, I'm gonna be like, excuse me, no, I don't.
Yeah.
I have a high quality timepiece because that's what Movement makes. They have leather bands, rubber bands, metal bands, different color faces, different size faces, men's, women's, all high quality, all different kind of colors and styles and designs. They match your sunglasses that you can get. John has these like Benjamin Franklin national treasure. Like I feel like you could read the back of the Declaration of Independence with those things.
Yeah.
Flip them down and you're going to start reading like the puzzles
They're
throughout
very
history.
cool. They're very cool.
Put it this way, you were wearing them the other day and someone called you like a gigantic asshole.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's what I'm talking about,
I
baby.
know.
That's what
If
you want to
you're
stand
wearing
out.
things and people aren't like, all right, that guy's a dick.
Then
you're not
you ain't wearing
cool
things.
baby.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So go to mvmt.com/KFC and you can get 15% off your order plus free shipping and free returns. Let's say you buy something that doesn't have enough pop to it. You feel like you didn't buy yourself a pair of spectacles or a timepiece and you want something with a little more flair, you can return it for no problem and get yourself some accessories that really pop. Most of these things usually would cost like $500. With Movement, it's just $95 to start. The sunglasses even cheaper than that. So get yourself a few pairs of sunglasses for the summer. Get yourself a couple nice watches to match them, and go to mvmt.com/KFC to get them today. Top five. It is 420, and we've probably, I don't know about you, but I definitely have smoked more weed and dabbled in that world with edibles and whatever, gummies, CBD, THC, all that shit. More in the last year than the last like 10 years combined.
I would agree with
Like
that.
I had like when I was in high school, it was like rolling blunts and like pretending to be a rapper. And then I just stopped because I was like, this is silly. And then once like vaping and oils and like
Yep.
I don't want to actually
I don't know how to
smoke
roll,
weed.
I don't
I don't know how to
use it.
roll, and I have bitch lungs and all that shit. So to me, once the vaping came
What
along,
does that mean?
like I cough like the whole time.
I just think I just
And
don't
I
know how
feel-
to smoke weed.
Well, I mean-
is that I have bitch lungs too?
When I inhale, I can't.
I mean, I regularly
breathe.
throw up.
Yeah. Well, you know what I used to do? I used to not get high.
I smoke weed only sitting on my bed because I know I can get to the bathroom and puke. That's like not even a joke. Like, you're laughing. I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense.
Are you like swallowing it instead of like like breathing it? Are you like putting it in your stomach?
Kevin, I don't know.
You just don't know how to smoke.
I have like, I mean,
Because
regularly, very regularly.
I used to like hit the blunt
I did it
and
the
then
other
not
night.
really inhale because I knew because I was like a bitch. And then I'd be like, I'm not high, and they'd be like, well, you're not like inhaling, dick.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you're
right,
not
where it's
getting
like-
the fucking like, you're not getting the drug in your body.
People fucking get on your case so much about that to the point where like, it's like if you don't fucking, if your next piss, you're not pissing smoke, you didn't fucking inhale enough.
Well, I used to. I don't care about it from a tough guy point of view, but I do remember my friends being like, you are wasting the weed.
Yeah,
Like no one's getting high off this. Like, stop it, dude.
The other night I did it where I the only thing I had eaten or drank that night was red wine and Frosties. Was what's up? Welcome to being an adult.
If you
I had two.
if
Frosties.
you don't make a mixtape called Red Wine and Frosties,
I had 2 Frosties and a bottle of red wine. No one tells me what to do. It's awesome.
no parents, no bedtime. Woo!
I had a bottle of red wine, 2 Frosties, and then I did drugs. But I fucking.
But you threw up.
I puked it all up.
Red Wine and Frosties coming up the other way. Oh my god.
It honestly looked delicious. That was the problem. I was standing in the
Are
bathroom.
you a dog?
Where I was just like, boy, that looks.
Can I tell you an absolutely disgusting story? I don't even know if I should tell it.
Sure.
Keegan shit himself. And I was like, oh, fuck. And I threw his underwear. And then Duncan was like, fuck. And I was like, I just, put it this way. I was like, I cleaned everything up. I cleaned Keegan up. And I just said, I was at my mom's house with the kids and stuff. And I was like, nobody let Duncan give you kisses. I'll just leave it at that. Because it was like too graphic to describe.
Oh my.
And that's what dogs do. They like eat other people's shit, and that's what you do. You were about to eat your fucking puked up
I wasn't-
Frosties.
like, I never
oh, you were
considered
about to
eating
put
it.
a chip in and eat it like
It
a dog.
looked like a fucking dark chocolate. Like-
Okay, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. I'm sorry for even making it disgusting. No, we're done. Back to the weed. Back to the weed. If I inhale, like I cough my
Like
fucking
a raspberry.
But you know what
dark
I love?
chocolate,
Like a drizzle, like a. You know what I really love though? One time, this guy, don't do it again.
Okay, I won't.
I know you're about to.
No,
I know
I'm
you're
really-
about to.
I'm out of jokes. If I had more, I
If
would
I had
have.
another description, I would have. This guy, that kind of used to be like my weed, like Sherpa. He was like a year older than me, so he kind of just showed me how to like. He was the guy who was like, you drink 40s and you smoke blunts. Like, here's how you do it. Like, here's how you party. He was like, he told me, he's like, it's, and I know people have heard this before. I think it's in movies and shit where they're like, cough more, like it gets you higher, like you breathing. You know. So I was always like, yeah, it gets you higher, man. It's like, but you don't
can't
want
get off if you don't cough.
What's that?
I think that's.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. Yeah, exactly.
Can't get off if you don't cough, bro.
So I,
Like, I'm not coming.
I'm thinking like, thinking about it. You know, I had another thought.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, you know how chicks are into choking, you know? How come guys are always the one dying from autoerotic asphyxiation?
Girls are professionals.
Like, we just don't die from it, dude. Shouldn't they be the ones dangling from the closet?
I mean, you're not wrong.
With, like, you know, imagine that crime scene. You walk in, there's a fucking rabbit on the floor. But that I would understand. I'd be like, I get it, man. Chicks, they're into choking, dude. Have you seen that? There's that. A lot of the meme accounts posted. It's a tweet with the clapping emojis in between every word, and it's like, when you choke her, you're supposed to squeeze the sides and not her trachea.
We know, dude.
Oh, I was gonna. Okay, never mind. Yeah,
Oh no.
yeah, what he said. Because everybody I've been involved with has always been like, no, like hit the fucking esophagus, bro.
It's the
So-
I only know it because it's almost like the into Bolivian thing. Like I only know it because so many people do that. Where they're
Say
like,
that like it's wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like-
Okay.
like
Okay.
that's
Good.
like-
Good. 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 Yeah.
I
Because I never.
Bro,
Bro,
like-
by the way, I think that would be worse. I'm like squeezing like your. Like that would hurt.
Like
I feel like I'd rather than that. I don't know.
look, when I'm fucking when I'm fucking you and I'm on top and I'm doing this with my fucking hips and this and like I
What
do
was that
not
movement. Like I don't want to fuck this guy.
I do not have like the fucking core strength to be able to like
Hold you up
You're
and
just
like.
getting on my body weight.
Yes, absolutely. And like, tell me when it's too much. Tap out, but like, it's not
you're
gonna
just
be.
getting my
Yes,
fucking
yes.
upper body weight is what
Yes,
you're getting here.
yes.
There you go.
Whatever, yeah, my knees or whatever will support the lower, but the rest of it's going on your trachea.
Yeah, like,
And that's because you said you're into it.
You want a fucking breakdown? You gonna show me like a medical physiology map of a.
Do you know how hard it would
map of
be?
a human body? Like this is where you're supposed to be squeezing me.
Do you know how hard that would be?
Get a hand here. Do what you want.
I'd have to like hold my whole body up while I just like pinch the sides of your neck.
Bro, that-
No, your throat is going. Your throat is getting crushed. That's it. That's if you want to do this, your throat gets crushed. You want your
It's
neck.
not my idea. It's your idea. I'm just
Yeah.
telling you what's going to happen.
If you want your neck pinched, you go find like a TikToker who weighs $165.
I was gonna say someone in Cirque du Soleil.
Sure, but I'm saying it's someone who's got to weigh very little who can like suspend their body. I will be holding my body up on your neck. That's what choking during sex is with me.
I would guess my upper body weighs like 170 pounds.
And you're getting that.
Like I do not have the core or leg strength to be able to. Okay, well, we're just gonna hold like I'll just tighten this here, and then now I'll be like, no, it's not
No,
happening.
it's just hold me up.
Gonna get
Support me with your neck. How about this? In that same discussion, I want to say it might have even been Girls Gotta Eat. They were talking about how, and maybe not, so don't quote me on that. But they were talking about how like it only happens when she's on top. When she's on top,
What?
choking. It's like I can't.
Oh, I can do that.
I mean, I
That-
can.
That one's
I
an
can
easy.
do it, but I like.
What do you do? You
Like-
fucking WNBA players?
I mean, I can do it, but I'm not gonna get like the. Like, I mean, I guess. Yeah, if I'm trying to crush your trachea, I'm not gonna get the leverage.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I don't. I can just fuck little all all day. That was really easy for me.
It's just funny because
That's the
everybody.
problem with the political correct society. Everyone's gonna think I'm fucking midgets.
I was gonna say,
Just being short people.
little people is a funnier. I mean, but do you do that?
What?
I've never.
Yeah.
I have never.
That's when I go two hands with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll just fucking throw you down.
Tell you what, there was a time where we
turn.
were like the sex podcast. We got back to it for a minute there.
Did we ever really leave? I don't know.
I think like
We stopped having it. We stopped like doing. We became old. We got old. No, but I can and will choke the life out of you and break your
the nap
esophagus.
podcast.
Yeah.
You want outdated references and talking about naps and fever dreams when you were asleep? What's
This
up?
guy.
Welcome to KFC Radio. It's not the greatest show anymore because we're not allowed to play that song.
Oh, it sucks, huh? By the way, we got one submission. I want more people to. If you are a musical act, you know what happened? I'm getting a lot of DMs, and I'm not checking them. So people are probably sending them in. Send them to KFC Radio.
Yeah, I'll create an email. There's a bunch in the KFC Radio DMs.
They're hard to like sift through. Okay,
yeah.
so we will tweet out a link if you are musically inclined. You want to get your music out there. You want to make us a theme song because you're no longer allowed to use other people's music on podcasts, which I can't believe it took this long for the copyrights to catch up. But for reference, like the King and the Sting did this, and the guy who made their theme song has like a radio song now. Like he got put on because of it. So could be your chance to get some eyeballs and some ears onto your music. So make us a good theme song. Any genre really. I mean, I like rap. You like pop. I think anything other than like hardcore rock or something like that. I don't know.
I think anything.
Yeah,
I
if
think
it's
maybe
good, it's
hardcore
good.
Rock could be
Yeah.
like the funny one.
Hardcore rock, whatever it is, make it good, make it funny. You could be our.
I got drunk the other night and bought.
Oh boy.
Literally every single Fall Out Boy album. So yeah, let's something like Fall Out Boy. I
Not.
bought it in a box set.
I was gonna say vinyl.
I think yeah.
Yeah.
I think I'm probably the only person who's bought that.
I was about to say you're the only person in the world who would be listening to Fall Out Boy vinyl, the complete anthology.
By the way, they have way more albums than I thought. It
Yeah,
also wasn't that expensive. It was only $150, but it was like there's like 9 albums in there.
it's a lot. It's a lot.
An album's like 30. I guess if you just do the math, that's about how many albums are.
No, that's a good deal. Then that would be $270.
Oh, I mean 9 I made up.
Oh.
I don't know exactly how many, but there's a lot.
5? Because that would be $150.
All right, you guys are taking a math lesson today.
You know what? I should have known. I don't know why this triggered this, but I should have known that we were gonna be
Kevin's
all.
like, you want to go record, or you want to fucking pop quiz on math?
I make one goddamn numbers reference, and all of a sudden I can't. I'm getting bullied over here. I should have known we were gonna be all over the place when I did. If I gave you 150 trillion guesses, what I ended up talking about on Lover in the Bar, you would never, ever get it. I just want you to take one guess. Just throw something out there. Because it would be unbelievable if you somehow got it.
Taylor Swift's new Christmas song.
No.
That's what I talked about.
Yeah.
I just figured.
I talked about, we started talking about the Israeli army.
Okay.
And ended up with whether or not me and Vibs are circumcised. We talked for about 10 minutes about circumcised penises and whether or not we would get adult circumcision. He was so it started. So that's why it kind of started out because
Vibs got so drunk he's pouring himself a shot and he just spilled it everywhere. And I was like, Vibs, did you just spill it everywhere? And he honestly tried to lie to me.
Yeah.
He was just like, no. I was like, the evidence is just really here.
he was like, oh, the Israeli Navy or the Israeli Army is like so, you know what I'm saying? The Israeli military guard. Yeah, he was like, oh, they're so fucking hot. The guys and the girls. I was like, what? Huh? He was like, yeah, I mean, the girls are hot, but like the guys too. Yeah. And I was like, and like their dicks are good because, they're all snipped over there. And he was like, yeah, they got good cocks. And I looked at Colin and Colin was like, yeah, he's shit-faced. It was a wild one. And then we just kept it rolling here onto KFC Radio.
Mossad doesn't fuck around.
I thought that Mossad was like the underground
Israeli special forces.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They do
the regular army is just like hot chicks because I don't know why. Right. There's a bunch of hot Israeli chicks in the military.
I do not know that. I know Bar didn't serve.
All right, fact check me. I don't know.
No, I remember the I think it's Mossad or maybe it's just Israeli special forces. Were like. They, how like the United States doesn't negotiate with terrorists, except we do all the fucking time.
The fucking time. We actually like arm them.
Yeah. They literally don't. In the sense of like, we're just gonna like, we'll just kill all the hostages too. We don't
yeah, I love that.
Like, no, we're just gonna kill everybody. Like, we're gonna come in, we're gonna try and kill you, but there's gonna be a firefight, and if hostages catch it, then whatever.
It's kind of like imagine that if you're a hostage taker, you're just like. Well, what now?
Yeah,
we didn't anticipate that one. Fuck. I have no idea where we're at in this podcast.
We are supposed to be giving our top five delinquent toys.
Oh, top 5 delinquent toys. Because number 1 draft pick, snaps. Taking my snaps because I brought them to the table. The snaps, little. What do you want to call these? Little gunpowder.
Tell you what. I have no idea because I've been trying to find them for quite some time.
Yeah, I mean, I guarantee you I can find that in like 5 minutes because I bought them.
I tried to Amazon search super good time fun treat.
Did you search snaps because my box says snaps on them.
I put snaps in. I put super good fun time trick noise maker. They don't seem to be working.
I hope I find this in 1 second.
I mean, these are. We kind of already talked about it. Like I've been an adult kicked out of bars with these things. They're not just a childhood delinquent toy. It's a delinquent toy no matter what.
Well, here's the thing. When you are a child, as an adult, like you are still, you are a delinquent. Yeah. Because you are. I mean, I can buy them for you right now. Yeah. You are just so stupid.
What'd you put in?
I searched.
Put in snaps.
I searched snaps gunpowder toy buy. And they all came up on Walmart.
You a fucking SEO expert? Like who?
I mean, I said all the things that I want.
Would you write this fucking box too?
Are you that
noise maker? Snap, step on it, pop it,
throw it. How low is your bar that you're impressed by that?
I mean, that's a Google search right there. Like that's.
Am I the only one who like searches like that? Like I just say the words that I need. I don't like put any other extra shit in there.
I wouldn't have put gunpowder. I put my first one was snaps.
Snaps. You just wrote snaps. Did you write?
That's what it says on the box.
Yeah. But like,
I'm sorry. I
can't even.
When I want a Coca-Cola, I put in Coca-Cola. Sorry.
I hate you so much. You are so goddamn stupid. I just want to smash your face.
Carbonation, sweets, sugar.
I wish I had more to throw at you. I actually thought I was like, oh, I do. Good. I have one more. Ah! So snaps are awesome. They're my number one pick because you know why? They're a little bit delinquent, but they're not like you're not gonna get in trouble. You can like fuck around with them like anywhere. Your parents will kind of like yell at you, and that's about it. Like no big deal. Snaps.
This was an easy one.
Yeah.
BB guns. I mean,
I never had a BB gun
Yeah, I know.
because they're extremely
You're a fucking
dangerous.
useful member of society.
BB guns are real dangerous. BB guns are, like there's a reason why the whole like movie storyline was about like blinding some kid and shooting his fucking eyeball because like it could happen for real.
Bro, every single person who owned a BB gun as a child was at the fucking Capitol on January 6th. Like, like if your parents bought you a fucking BB gun, you are a psychopath.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean that's bad parenting.
I'm gonna get a gun for my child. They did, and guess what? I played with. I had friends. They're dead now, but
from gun violence.
no, it was autoerotic asphyxiation. It's only two of them.
I'm gonna let that one just linger in the air for a little bit.
But like I remember like shooting them. Like, dude, we had one where we like go up into my buddy's bedroom and we put like soda cans out back and we just try and shoot soda cans.
Yeah.
But I'd be like, this is insane.
Insane.
Your parents bought you like a fucking
gun.
gun. And they'd always like, well, if you're wearing a winter jacket and a bulletproof vest, it won't hurt that bad.
It's so funny of where you're from too. Like my dad's side of the family lives in like Meadville, Pennsylvania, like way up in the sticks, and they're kind of like, yeah, like don't be such a pussy. Like, yeah, I give my gun, my 7-year-old gun. Not a big deal.
He's got Second Amendment rights too.
Yeah, and but to them it's just like totally commonplace. It's wacky. I'm not a full blown fucking delinquent in that sense, so I'm gonna go with the cap gun.
Oh, wait, so are you giving things you actually had?
I'm probably.
Okay, I was just thinking like delinquent.
Well, no,
toys.
yeah, you can do whatever because I mean
Okay.
I only had a couple of these things and then I'll have to go.
I definitely did not have
Yeah.
a gun.
Yeah, so my first couple picks are gonna be things that I have, and then outside of that, I'll think of because those were just top of my mind. I didn't think about a BB gun because I never had one, but the cap gun to me is the number one thing is because the smell. I love the smell of cap guns. I guess just like gunpowder, kind of like that little gunpowder thing popping off. But the problem with problem with cap guns now is if you play with them as a child, the police murder you.
Yeah.
So it's tough to play with those guns because you will get shot and killed by the authorities.
Yo.
They used to be like, fucking. I actually remember, cap guns would be like yellow and red, and they always had the orange nub, and then they started to make that shit look real, and we used to paint the fucking thing or take the orange thing off, and it would just look like a goddamn ass gun.
Were you a fucking drug addict robbing a bank? Like,
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Why
We
was it
used-
so
we-
important to look that real?
I don't know. We did. We were like, I want it to look fucking real, and that's how you die.
I didn't like play with. I mean, I had cap guns obviously and stuff like that.
Did you have like the revolver?
Yes.
Like like the six. Like
Yeah. But it is also so funny that they were like, all right, we're gonna sell these things to children, but they are super dangerous. So, if something's a life and death decision, in a blink of an eye, you have to make a choice. We'll just put a little orange on it.
Yeah. Then everyone will know that not to kill.
Like that is.
Like, what if you just saw like the gun from behind or something like that? I don't know.
Yeah, it is crazy. I remember like when I was young, I was an angry white man when I was like, it's like they're buying back our they're changing how our fucking cap guns look. What the fuck?
Yes. Yeah. No, I do.
Now looking back on it as an adult,
when they banned them, I was like, this is some bullshit. This is fucking
I
bullshit.
remember being like 12, going to Toys R Us, seeing Jeffrey the Giraffe. They had a sign like, we're doing buybacks on fucking Nerf guns. And I was like, oh, we're losing this
Pussies.
country. This country's going to hell in a handbasket.
Dude, have you seen Nobody?
No, you texted me about it. I think I'm probably
I
watch
just
it
texted
tonight.
you?
Yeah,
Did we have a conversation about it?
No. You just texted me.
Okay.
I think you must text me Friday night or
Bro.
Saturday.
It is so good.
Yeah, I mean, it looks unbelievable.
So it's even better. Like, I mean, I actually, believe it or not, I don't even know if I've seen all of the John Wicks, and I don't even know if it's like some of them I didn't like finish. Like I know they're awesome too, but I found this to be better than John Wick.
I can see that because like there is the like I imagine Odenkirk has some humorous moments as well.
Yeah,
and I think
yeah.
always I like a nice action comedy.
And definitely more comedy. Yeah. Riz is in it from Wu-Tang. Christopher Lloyd's in it. Doc from Back to the Future. They're awesome. The storyline's awesome. The violence is awesome.
Yeah.
It's silly. It's almost like adult Home Alone at times. Like he like goes to war with like a whole fucking array of shit, and it's very cool. Can I
just say something?
Oh, yeah.
You were describing the Fast and Furious movie.
No.
You haven't seen them.
I've seen some of them, but I don't like being painted that I don't like the Fast and the Furious movies. This is like a suburban dad who like doesn't have the respect of his kids and like goes to fucking war. It's some of the violence made my legs hurt. I was like, oh my god, that's so. I was like, like he does some shit where he just like breaks your arm the wrong way and like they fuck up your face in such a way that I was like, oh my god, I can feel this like Triple G's punches at the Garden. But I cannot. It's $19 to rent right now because it's like but fully worth it. Like I fucking love it.
I mean,
I loved it. I'm gonna watch it again.
It's
tonight.
all worth it.
Yeah, I agree.
Anytime
But for the people out there who like freak out about an extra $16 from when it goes from $3 to $19, like it's fucking worth it. I'm so happy that Christopher Lloyd was in it. I'm gonna be very sad when Christopher Lloyd dies because he's old. He's gonna die soon. How old is? Can you click on Christopher Lloyd there? Whoever's got that up, top row, fourth one over. He's got to be up there.
82.
Okay, that's not that bad.
Did you do that math that fast? Oh, you're there. Okay. Well, we'll get a different website.
Oh, okay. I was like,
Yeah.
that wasn't present.
Yeah. I was just like, I would have like, I'd have changed websites. I think Wikipedia will tell me exactly how old he is. Like, just give me his birth date, like a psychopath.
Your pick? My pick? Where are we at?
My pick. Number 2, wrist rocket.
What's that?
It's like the slingshots, but like it would attach to your wrist kind of deal.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool.
no, I just watched my friend murder squirrels with them. He would.
You guys are describing all the toys I had as a kid.
Well, yeah, that's what we're doing. Yeah. So for the people at home, this is a slingshot.
Yeah.
Because
But, like,
I was gonna say, can I still draft a slingshot? But no, I cannot.
I mean, it's there is a difference. Like I honestly
Well,
think
it
there
like
are,
wraps around your wrist so that you have like the sturdiness to it. Kind
Yeah,
of.
there are. I think there are laws against wrist rockets. Like
Yeah.
dude. He used to fucking. This is a different friend, not the one with the BB gun. This is and like we would just hang out on his porch, and he would like. He'd fill up the bird feeder, so that like squirrels would come to try and steal the birds' food, and then he'd just shoot
With
he'd just
rocks?
crush their skulls with rocks. Yeah. So he's also in jail. At least the other 2 died.
If I was a listener of this podcast, that would have been one of my favorite. So he crushed their skulls with rocks. Yeah. So he's in jail. I mean, that was fucking funny, John. Wow, that's great. That's really great. I'm gonna go with smoke bombs. Smoke bombs from the ice cream man. You get how great / inevitably you're gonna go to jail for child porn was being an ice cream man. You just drive around the block and you sell these kids ice cream, smoke bombs, and weed. You're just the happiness man. I am not an ice cream man. I'm the happiness man. I just deliver happiness to the kids of the fucking world. And yeah, eventually I'll probably have naked pictures of them on my computer because that's what ice cream men do. But before I go down for that, I'm gonna just make them so happy. I mean, smoke bombs were awesome.
When an ice cream man gets arrested for pedophilia, they're like, I mean, you kind of enabled me. The moment I applied for this job, you should have arrested me.
You drive around in a truck that plays distinctively hypnotizing children's music to the point that the young people of the neighborhood run after your car. Yeah. I mean, if you're a pedophile, that is a dream come true. The children chase you. It's supposed to be the other way around. I'm supposed to chase you and put you like in a net. You come to me and then give me money? Here you go. Send me some pictures later. Jesus Christ. Smoke bombs are awesome. They're
Smoke-
so cool.
I don't think I've ever seen a smoke bomb.
What?
I don't know.
Wait.
Like,
Wait.
what's a smoke bomb?
You guys know smoke bombs?
I've never heard one.
It's like a little ball, colored, because whatever color smoke comes out, with like a little fuse that comes out.
You light it?
Yeah, and it's so dope.
I think I've ever used one.
Oh wow!
Where the fuck were they expecting these children to get lighters?
I mean,
But like, I mean, like,
my grandmother, like whoever,
But, like,
whoever
if-
in my family was ripping fucking 50 packs of cigarettes a week. Like,
but I'm just thinking, like, if I was going to like be like, all right, what should I sell on my ice cream truck that kids love? Well, they need lighters for this.
Well,
Do
probably
they sell
sold
lighters too?
They probably did. Yeah, those are the ones. Roughly, yeah. That click on that right now, Jackie. Yeah. Those are the ones. TNT smoke balls. I'm gonna buy you some of these,
bit
John.
of a bell.
I'm gonna buy you these. We're gonna have so much fun, John.
Yeah.
The problem is, they don't sell them anymore. These things are like the fucking degenerates of the world. So it's not like you can get like smoke bombs on Amazon. We'll find them. We'll find them on the dark web. TNT smoke balls. You're up.
My pick.
This is a great top 5, by the way.
Yeah. My pick. My number 3 is stink bombs.
I was gonna throw those hand in hand, but I was like, no, that's a separate one.
The worst beating I ever caught in my life was from my aunt when I threw a stink bomb in her house. Like, beat the fucking...
Absolutely.
Like, threw me
You
off the
deserve
porch
it.
type shit.
You fucking deserve it.
Like,
Yeah.
it was like an action movie scene where it's like, bang, 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 and I'm on the ground, like, fucking kicked. Like, roll, like,
Your aunt or your uncle?
My aunt.
Yeah.
And she's like fucking like rolling down the stairs like someone like I'm laying in the sand. Is a house.
Like you're like clambering away, and they're just doing a slow walk
Yeah,
after you. Like, yeah.
Like, hey, you want another one? Boom!
Because those things stink and they don't go away, man.
I mean,
That gets deep.
it was a
deep in there.
fucking beating. Absolute beating.
Found them out. You know what? Amazon doesn't have them. Go to Walmart.
Of course.
Walmart's got your smoke balls right here. Right here. Yeah.
Walmart, you want a couple of fucking wet meats, a gun, and a smoke bomb? Walmart's your spot.
And like your tires.
Yeah.
Get like new tires for your car. Sure. My 4th pick, I'm gonna go with good old fashioned M80.
This is another thing. I know what they are, but like I didn't fuck with these.
M80s are just bombs.
Yeah.
So I don't even know if this should Nick, did you play with these as a kid?
No, we weren't allowed to. They
Okay,
stopped
but did
selling
you?
them.
Okay, but other kids did.
Because that's a half stick of dynamite, isn't it? Like, it literally blows people's hands off.
So here was the story. Here was the story. There were 2 stories that actually go hand in hand with. Oh no, wait. Okay, these are the 2 stories of like true delinquency that I grew up with. Because in the Bronx, like there was one guy who just got fucking shot and killed. His nickname was Killer. He got shot in the back. Pretty ironic. And the other guy, he survived. The other guy just died. So there was like some bad shit that was like murder and like actual violence. And then there was this delinquency violence that popped off. The one story was I thought it was a BB gun. It was not. It was a flare gun. Ooh. This guy popped his hand in a door and fucking just shot a flare and hit this girl in the face, and she was blind in one eye. That was not great.
Is it like your friend?
It was my brother's friend's brother.
Okay.
So there was this family. They were all Greek. They had names like Ganudis.
Ganudis?
Yeah. He was loaded. It's like, it's probably pretty easy to find that name. It's pretty specific, but whatever. He did his time. So
We're about rehabilitation.
I remember I went to the beach. We went to the like Long Beach Island with our family, and our family brought, you bring some friends along, and there was a girl who was blind in one eye, and then I found out it was her, and I remember being like, oh my God, like she was like royalty. It was like, that's the girl who got shot in the face with the flare gun. And then there was the tale, and I don't know if this one's real or not. This is probably an urban legend. And so I'm going to put that out there. So if you or anyone you know has a story like this, I understand that I got duped. But the tale that I was told was down on the beach at the Morris Yacht Club on City Island. There was this guy, and he was shit-faced on the beach, and the seagulls were like swirling around and stuff, and he was smoking a cigarette and throwing M80s into the water and watching them explode and try to blow up birds and shit.
There goes my hero.
I'm gonna say something here. That was the funniest moment of John's career. That was so fucking funny. If I could end the podcast right now, I would. Like, I'd be like, walk off. We're done. That was, I didn't know what you were saying at first. That was so fucking funny. That was insanely funny. That was so good.
Thanks, Kevin.
Wow, that was fucking funny. So, he's lighting the M80s with his cigarette, lighting the fuse and throwing them. And he was so shit-faced, he mixed them up. So he lit the M80 through his cigarette and went to smoke the M80 and blew up his face.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So goes the legend.
Did he die?
I don't know. I that was always kind of like the.
Jesus Christ.
Let me see if I can text someone who like maybe could corroborate that. But yeah, like blew his face off. And that's, my friends, why M80s are awesome.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I ever lit them and played with them myself. I drew the line at like half sticks of dynamite.
Yeah.
I don't think it's a half a stick of dynamite.
Kevin's number 4
I
is
think
going to be
it's
a fucking
it's like a
sock filled with nickels.
My favorite toy is a broken pool cue. I feel like it's a piece of TNT, but is it a half a stick? I don't think so, right?
I mean, half a stick is...
Wait, did you find something when you Googled man blew off his face with an
I
M80?
wanted to type it in.
Just hit the fucking search.
Devin Staples.
Man killed shooting firework off head.
Well, that's a different story.
Okay. So this is my number 4.
Yeah.
This one... I don't think this one really fits, but I also have a real hard problem with it. So I'm going to put it on there. I think, I think anyone who did this, you're a real piece of shit.
Yeah.
Putting rocks in a wiffle ball.
Whoa. I mean, I used to light balls on fire and throw them around, and I think that's fucked up.
Well, no, but this wasn't used for pain. This was like...
just to like fuck
Yeah,
with,
it was to make
I
it
thought you would
like-
like fill them up and turn them into a fucking thing. And,
No, like you just put like 1 or 2 pebbles in it, and it would just be like, "Whoa," and I had a friend who would just always like do like sneaky do it for like third strike. Like, you goddamn son of a bitch!
No, that's a different type of weapon.
Yeah, it doesn't really fit the vibe here, but I also think that like if we're using delinquent, like if you did that, there's something wrong.
Did you ever put water balloons in the freezer? I want to talk about we're talking about delinquent shit, man. Fucking.
Did you do this?
No. What was his name? I want to say Matt Delaney.
I love this airing out government.
Yeah. Because if you throw fucking, what was his name? It was something with a D. He was this kid, man. On a regular fucking like random night, not even like Halloween night, he was egging people.
Wait, we're expecting on Halloween.
Yeah, right.
You gotta get him on a nice Tuesday in fucking January.
He had his right hand in a sling, and it was like a Tuesday in January. We were just walking up and down the avenue of City Island doing other delinquent shit, and I watched him snipe like my crew with his left hand, his off hand, from like a fucking block and a half away. Just, and he picked my friend off, and I was like, I'm not even mad. I'm impressed. That was awesome. But I think he also would throw frozen water balloons that are just like, okay, so you made a rock.
I've
made a nice
literally
rock.
never even heard of that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that
yeah.
was a thing people did.
Dangerous.
Pea-filled balloons, sure. I've heard of. I've never been in the presence of them, but I've never heard of just a frozen vessel of water.
It's terrible, man. It's like, why don't you just throw like full cans of beer while you're at it? Like, I watched a kid at Fordham get hit in the face with a full can of beer, and it was one of the most harrowing things I've ever seen in my life. Like we were partying like in Fordham, there was like apartment buildings, and then there was like shitty backyards that was where like the parties would go on, and there was like 2 backyards that connected, kind of face each other, and people were just lobbing beers like from one backyard to the other, full, unopened. So it was like just a fucking and like unknowing, you know what I mean? So it wasn't like, yo, throw me a beer. It was like, let's just throw this into the crowd, and I watched this guy just smash him right in the eye, and it was like instantly like shut. Like instantaneously, I was like, "That guy's never gonna see you again. That eyeball,
Really?
that eyeball is gone."
I did that at Country Fest once. I think I told that.
Through a full beer.
I was really fucked up. It was my 21st birthday, and I was trying to turn it into Preakness. So I would crack it before I threw it, but I would.
That's a lot better. That makes a
Yeah.
huge difference.
And then the cop saw me and was just like,
That's when he made you sit down.
"Yeah,
Yeah.
white privilege."
Yeah, it's so white privilege. You would have been shot with a real gun.
I was an adult man who got
Yeah.
put in timeout.
Yeah. Crazy. My last pick. I wish I could go back and put Roman candles into M80s. Can I do that? I'm going to retroactively put in Roman candles, unless you were going to draft that.
No, it wasn't. But are they not the same thing?
No, Roman candles like.
Oh, right.
And M80's just a bomb. You know.
Yeah, I mean, like honestly, you could just take fireworks.
Okay, well, you know,
Like a kid
okay,
who,
but I
like-
got to. Okay, so here's my last pick is going to be M80s / Roman candles, but most importantly, bottle rockets. Did you know?
Those no, I didn't really fuck with these either.
You put them in the wiffle ball bat, and you can
No, I
use it
definitely
like a
never did
gun.
that.
so you could light it.
That's like that video from Chicago. It's like a YouTube video of like the streets of Chicago, and it's people just like having
that?
like a war essentially
the
with
noise,
those things.
that-
Yeah.
Pow! Oh, so good.
So, Delinquent, my dad, he thinks he's good at this. He just throws them up and times it
Really?
to like let him go.
and then it takes off from there or
I've
something?
yeah, I've seen them hit my
Really?
brother several times, and like 3 times in one day. And my dad's still like, nah, I'm good at this.
I got
And,
this.
yeah, doesn't put him in a bat, nothing. Just throws
Yeah,
bottle
I-
rockets in the
Yeah.
air.
You want to come in? No, sorry. Yeah, but you have the fucking wiffle ball bat.
like
But so that
Chris
so
Kyle.
that'll be my fireworks pick. My last one is just good old wasps.
Oh.
Just a rubber band and some folded up paper.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking
I'm
about?
glad you said this because I wasn't sure I was gonna say for my 5. Now I got it.
You know, like you much smaller than this, but like you roll it up and then you bend it over and you have the rubber band. So you like pull it, boom. I mean, you could kill somebody with well-made
Oh,
ones. We
so many more
we used to, we used to have fucking people would put tacks in them. People would like stick a thumbtack through so that then the tip would be a needle. Yeah, there they are.
I mean these
Flap.
were fucking a problem.
Oh,
Like,
these got
absolute
banned from our class. Like our grade was like the WASP grade, and they were like, you can't. Nobody's allowed to like if you shoot these, you like get suspended from school because we would fucking whip these things through. I mean, you could kill someone. You could absolutely take someone's eye out, and it also hurts so much that it was like worthy of crying. Like I remember being like, I want to cry right now, but I'm not going to because like I got a reputation to uphold. But yeah, you fold these bitches up and make them real thick and real tight, and you could kill somebody. And then yeah, the sick people would put the fucking the tacks in them, but.
That's some.
And rubber bands, like in general, you just pull a rubber band and snap somebody.
Yeah.
And this is definitely limited probably to like my school and like Guido's and like the hood. But the Nextel antenna, you pull the Nextel antenna up and you can bend it back and it was like oh my god, it literally I just got like I got like the chills over my face. It hurts so much. The force of a Nextel antenna could kill a man. But yeah, rubber band. Oh, my buddy once had rubber band guns, wooden rubber band guns that had like a little wheel. You ever have those? This one, I had one friend who was like Davy fucking Crockett. He was like he had like outdoorsy toys. He probably could have like hide in the hills of Nantahala after he blew up someplace. You would pull the rubber band over and then it would be like on a wheel. And then you pull a trigger and like the wheel would.
Oh
It
yeah,
was really
yeah.
cool. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do the same thing. Pow. But he had the gun. It was very cool.
I still think I've never. I think if I was like in a heist situation or, you know, if I went over to Israel and kidnapped a bunch of people, then I would be less nervous about Mossad coming in than I was when it's like anyone had a rubber band.
If you,
It's the most-
if you,
the most fear you'll ever be in.
the power you wield over someone when you hold a rubber band at them. I mean, I've done it to you, and I've seen like actual anger, like stop, dude, stop,
Yeah,
stop, dude, like, and you just can't move, and you want to run away. That is, yeah, you are completely powerless when someone holds a rubber band at you.
Okay, so you just gave me an idea. So I'm also going to change my third
Retroactive pick, yeah.
Yeah, third pick. We're going to switch from that waffle ball. We're going to switch that to a hot pen. Yep. The hot. If you seared
Another
someone's-
torture, that's a torture device.
You
You know?
seared someone's skin, and then the other one again is a similar thing. Well, my
This
five
is
pick,
another yeah, okay.
my 5 pick is going to be Big Red.
The what do you
You
lick
lick-
the,
you
and
lick
put on
the
your skin, right?
Yep. Dude, people would just come up to people. every goddamn kid is a goddamn psychopath.
Yeah.
But like we would just go up to like sneak up behind someone, have it
Stick it
lit,
on 'em?
and we just like stick it on their forehead.
Oh, I've never done it on the face.
Oh, yeah.
Do you guys know this? Have you guys ever done this? Yeah.
If you get a piece of like Big Red, you just lick the because there's so much cinnamon and shit, I guess. I don't know, but
Like the candy?
Huh?
Like the candy?
The gum.
Yeah, the gum.
The candy.
Well, it's
That's
candy.
gum.
I might.
No,
Gun.
Oh, it is.
Candy's not gum.
well, what's the hot tamales?
Hot tamales. Yeah. Right.
Do girls do any of these things? I feel like they don't. Like all the stuff we were describing right here. Did you do any of them? No, right? You guys just like sat at home and talked about boys.
Also, by
And
the
how
way,
you're
my
gonna ruin their lives one
fucking
day.
Big Red soda.
That's got to be disgusting.
It's kind of good.
All right, new number 1. Anyone who's ever even considered purchasing Big Red soda.
Literally just.
What is that? What is that thumbnail right there? You're right. Go down. That one right there. What are they doing? Are they drinking it out of a? Are they taking bites of the bottle? What's
No,
happening?
I think, like it's
That's
some
disgusting.
kind of like meat.
If you drink,
The
Yeah.
meat? Are you saying?
Well, yeah.
it's like a solid.
I think they're like it's like a meat.
Okay, keep going, Jacqueline. Wait, no, I want her to keep describing this. I want her to finish. It's like a meat what?
I'm trying to say like a metaphor, like a meat metaphor.
A meat metaphor, she says, ladies and gentlemen. A meat
Or
metaphor.
Big Bread barbecue. Okay, I thought it was like a vegan like ad. It's not.
I actually know where you're going,
And
but I
meat
wanted you to
metaphor
say
was not
things
the
like
right
meat
word.
metaphors more.
Just you know what? You obviously know where I was going with it.
Well, now I do. Only
meat
only
metaphor
once you said
wasn't the
vegan
best.
ad did I understand it. When you said a meat metaphor, I had
No, I'll
no
admit.
fucking clue where you were going,
It
Jackie.
wasn't the
Meat
best.
metaphor. Dude, that
Those
was
are words.
maybe my favorite conversation we've ever had. I love that shit. Well, and what we talked with Ron Funches about like the good old days, but we were talking about older, like when you're kind of like roughing it and eating pizza for dinner and shit. I want to go back another generation where you're like, yeah, let's be violent with each other. That was the best. The absolute best. Violence against your friends. Awesome. Tweet at us your top 5 delinquent toys, delinquent, things that you did. And let's get into our voicemails right now. They're brought to you by Ikon, the Ikon Pass. Brand new season is here.
Sickest thing in the world.
I mean, this is the best deal you can experience. If you are into skiing, snowboarding, hitting the mountain in any way, you got to get the Ikon Pass. For the 2021-2022 season, you can get a pass for only $3.99 if you're an adult that has exclusive spring savings with an adventure for every type of rider, both if you're new to the mountain, if you're a long-time
literally 2
skier,
ski days.
snowboarder. Yeah, if you ski twice, it pays for your entire pass.
And also, guess what? If you even like skiing, but sometimes you don't go twice, buy this because you'll just go.
Right, and it'll make you go. And if you ever want to go on a whim, you want to be spontaneous. If anybody else is like, "Hey, you want to go skiing?" It's like, "Hey, I got a pass."
Dude,
The amount of things that you'll spend $400 on is like, don't get takeout for like a few days, and you can get yourself a 2021-2022 ski pass.
I learned the other day that it even has Wyndham on it, which is
That's
a small mountain, but it's right
that's
here.
like
So if you're
that's
in the city, it's
nearby,
fucking
and that's
right
like the
here.
one.
It's like an hour and a half away.
Also, how about this? You don't have to put any money down, so you can also just get it for free right now, and you can pay it off with no interest rate. So it's like, we'll just give it to you now. Pay me later.
Yeah, get me when you
Pay
get
me later. That's $200 in savings on child passes and up to $100 in savings in renewal discounts. It's incredible. It's got 40 different destinations. I mean, if you are into skiing, it's like, this reminds me of the old school movie pass when it was like $10 a month and you can go to the movies unlimited.
Forever. Yeah.
This is a ski
I used
pass.
to go every single day.
I actually would recommend you do this because they're going to catch on and stop this. This is like the old school saloon drinking specials where I was like, you're not going to make any money on this. And they're like, we'll figure it out later. And then the bar closed forever. I feel like the Ikon people are going to be like, yeah, well, we were giving away ski passes, so we couldn't do it anymore. So get on it now. It's the Ikon Pass. Go to Ikon, IKON pass.com and use and get your pass for the 21 and 22 season. Voicemails, let's go.
Hey guys, what's up? So I have a little bit of a story and a question. I am an absolute slut for peanut butter. And so I really related to KFC's post about just taking that first scoop out of a new jar and was quite offended by how many people thought that was weird and improper.
Me and you both,
And
sister.
And so a story about how I used to go to the library in college, have full all-nighters, just cracked out on Adderall, and I would bring a jar of peanut butter and a spoon, and that's the only thing I would eat because I don't really have a good reason. That's just what I would eat whenever I was pulling all-nighters in college. And so my question is, what is the weirdest snack that you've ever eaten in public? Like,
I know that there was some pushback from the garbage boys and stuff. The fact that we are even talking about what's the weirdest snack you've ever eaten in public and it's inspired by peanut butter, I'm offended. Peanut butter is a perfectly normal snack. Eat it with a spoon, eat it with cereal, celery, eat it with cereal, whatever. Put it on bread, don't put it on bread. It's a wonderful fucking food, and you should be able to eat it anywhere you want with reckless abandon and have no fear of being judged.
I mean, I don't do peanut butter in the way you do peanut butter, but I also completely agree with you. Like, there's nothing weird about eating peanut butter.
You just do it, John. Try it. You'll love it.
I like peanut butter. It's just that I honestly don't even think I have peanut butter in my house. No. Like,
You know what I've been doing
I haven't made a
recently?
peanut butter and jelly in forever, so I probably don't.
You know what I've been doing? And I tell this with Ron Funches a little bit. I've been putting a lot of things onto tortilla wraps.
Yeah, you were saying that. You put cannoli cream?
Yeah, put cannoli cream in there. That was I was experimenting, but like I really like peanut butter on like soft white bread, but I didn't have any bread the other day, so I just put peanut butter jelly on a wrap, and I was like,
Oh, you know,
This
peanut
is
butter and
fucking
jelly on a hot
legit.
dog bun.
yeah, I love that. But I also put like
Nice sugary bread.
put Hershey Kisses on a wrap and stuff. Put like
Are you like intentionally trying to to make that hard to hear?
maybe I don't know. I just put a lot of shit on wraps these days. That's all I'm saying.
You put Hershey Kisses?
Yeah, I'll just put them in
then
there
make it
and then
microwave?
melt them. Yeah. Also, though, yeah, right. That's the thing. Also, sometimes I don't even microwave them. I'll just like eat chocolate and eat the wrap at the same time. Mix
What
it
do you
all
have
up.
for dinner tonight? Chocolate and bread, probably.
Ask me what I had for dinner last night.
What'd you have for dinner last night?
Cannolis, and then I had s'mores without the marshmallows, just graham crackers and Hershey bars.
It
That's
is
what I had for dinner.
stunning how you are in the shape you're in.
Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck you. Also, the shape I'm in is like about to die. So, you know, let's not get crazy. Here's the thing for us: eating in public is like I put everything out there. So it's like I was in the privacy of my own home, but you all watched me eat. I took the cream out of a cannoli and spread it onto a wrap and ate it. And I put that on my Instagram. So technically that was in public. So like my deepest, darkest, like I was fat and high type moments are public to, you know.
Yeah.
So it's different for us, I feel
Yeah,
like.
like when I get that like cummy mustache, I got a visceral reaction out of everyone in this
Never
room.
use the term
Cummy mustache ever again. If like AOL was still popping, that should be your screen name. Cummy mustache.
Cummy mustache should be a porn star.
Cummy mustache
Gay porn star.
6969. Oh.
That
That would be a good hook.
Cummy mustache.
That would be a good hook. If you had a very memorable mustache and you just got like coming in all the time, it'd be a good hook.
It's essentially what happens every morning. It's just with a smoothie.
It's not. It's with a smoothie, John. It'd be totally different if it was cum.
It's literally. I can feel it.
What was the snack? What was your other snack, John? Tell me a bad snack. Fuck.
It's obviously Go-Gurts. We all ate yogurt out of a bag for a while.
Yeah, I watched my kids. I watched Keegan do that shit, man. Just pulls it, just smooths it out, and takes it down like a champ. Like, whoa.
Yeah. No, the most disgusting thing anyone's ever eaten in public is yogurt from a bag.
I know you guys. I know so few people have this, but you never did the bag of milk, right?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, oh, wait, you're talking about, like, you had this in school, right?
Cafeteria
Yeah,
school.
no, when I had like buddies who played juniors and I went up to Canada, I'd
They
experienced
had that,
it,
yeah. So
but-
like, it was like a little pillow. It looked like a pillow, like perfect little corners, and like just a fat bag. And we had to have a goddamn assembly on how to use them because you had to.
Yo, if you have to have a meeting
Yes.
to teach children how to drink something, you're like, maybe this design doesn't work.
I think the logic was that cartons of milk were either bad for the environment or took up too much space because you could just stack these bags on top. But you had to. It was kind of like getting a Capri Sun. You know, you had to like push down so the milk would like squirt up to one side, and then you put your thumb over the thing and squirt it in. And we, teaching a bunch of like first graders how to do that. It's pretty fucking hard. I'm thinking about that now. Like if I was trying to teach Shay how to do that, she'd be like, I can't fucking put the straw in this, dude.
But that reminds me of one of my my favorite fun facts I've ever had.
You are just a fun fact king.
Yeah, no, this one's just not real
Fake.
at all.
It's a fake fact.
My dad told me, and I guess he told me I was so young I didn't really understand jokes yet, and that the Capri Sun was invented by a guy who owned laundromats. I just thought that was real until like I don't know. It was like, probably my
good.
30s.
Chill. I'm guaranteeing there are people right now who are like, oh, I just learned that right now. Yeah. I mean, it makes sense because you spill on yourself. For the people who don't.
And then
got it.
Immediately after someone you're drinking a Capri Sun, I'll tell you what, you're wearing a t-shirt. Like immediately like, okay, I got a little fucking clear liquid on my t-shirt.
I'll survive. Yeah.
So I gotta bring this to the laundromat.
Yeah.
I gotta bring this to the dry cleaners real quick.
Watch it fall. Did you? I used to just flip it over and put it in the bottom. Did you actually sit there and get it through like the?
I just put it in my mouth. I put the straw in my mouth.
What does that mean?
So I'd have the straw in my mouth, and then that's how I'd put it in. So like when it squirted out, I just drank. I had a sip.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just like.
Okay. I don't hate that. I don't hate that.
Yeah.
Next voicemail.
What's up? First time, long time. I got a hypothetical for you. All right. So you get a one-time payment of $10 million, but for the rest of your life, until you die, once a year, Randy Johnson, in his prime, hunts you down and pegs you with a fastball. Do you do it or no?
I mean, yes, I do this, no problem. Because first of all, this sounds awesome. I would do this for free. If Randy Johnson is out there and you are down to do this, I will do it for free.
It sounds like Jumanji.
Yeah,
Right when the hunter is
Randy Johnson
always
probably
lurking.
Kind of looks like that guy.
Mm-hmm. He's got a mustache.
If
He's probably
Randy
got cum
Johnson,
stuck in it.
we have to go no headshots. That's
The thing is like, okay, if we can magically, because I was gonna say you could fucking die very easily from this.
Well, the question is Randy Johnson in his prime. He could decide where his balls go.
Randy Johnson right before his prime, he couldn't. I mean, it was all. Remember John Kruk putting the helmet on backwards at the All-Star game? Yeah. That was one of the best sports moments of all time.
Like, I mean,
that was crazy. There was a time where Randy Johnson, when he was a closer on the Mariners, really, he was a 6'10" mulleted freak who everyone was like, we don't know where the ball's going, but he could throw like 100. Watch out.
I know Pat Light. No, he does a lot with like Section 10 and Starting 9, all that stuff. Now he brought up a point where I never really thought about it that way, where he's like, it was scary for me. He said like that, like at the end of his career, which was pretty short lived, I believe, but I know. But at the end of his career, like he didn't know where it was going.
Oh,
and he's like,
I don't want to hurt somebody.
I throw really hard, and I just couldn't locate. And he's like, that was fucking nerve wracking.
Right, and then you probably even gets even worse. I feel like Pat Light posted like a montage of him just getting tattooed the other day by the Angels. It was pretty funny.
Really?
I didn't read the whole caption, but he was like on this day I felt like, and it was just like Pujols crack, Trout crack. I think he did like strike out Mike Trout. That was another one. Joey Molinaro posted a video being like every batter after they've struck out, and he was like taking off his batting gloves. Like he doesn't even have it today. That wasn't even a good pitch. It wasn't even fast, but I just blah, blah, blah. And he was like Mike Trout when I struck him out. So I think he struck him out, which is awesome. But I think he also got clobbered by him and posted like a whole montage of it. That's the way to I like how Pat handles it, where it's like my ERA is like infinity on the Red Sox, whatever. But this thing, he would come and he would chase you down once a year, and then he hits you, and then he disappears till the next year.
I'd be like, can we grab a beer? But like once you hit me, then we get to hang out a little bit. But I think this would be fun.
As long as okay, that's a huge caveat though. He will kill you. I also feel like
he won't kill.
If Randy Johnson hit me in the chest with a fastball, I think that would kill me. I think
oh my God, Randy, I'm begging you to do this. Let's do this.
Could you imagine a Randy Johnson fastball off like your shin? Right in the middle of your
It would have
shin.
hurt so bad but that's livid. I bet I would. I bet I would. I would look back on times like this and just my entire life before I made this bet with Randy Johnson. That I'd be like, I didn't even know what being alive was.
I never felt feelings. I never felt feelings until the day. Could you imagine the day that it hits? Like you wake up, you're like, and you look out the window and Randy Johnson. And they're like, today's the day. Today's the 2021 Randy Johnson day. Let's go. We got like a go bag underneath here. But here, you know what? Okay, here's my thing.
Randy, I don't know if you're on Twitter. Randy, let's do this. I'll buy your flight. Well, I know I can't buy your flights because then I know you're coming.
I have a spin here. Here's the problem.
Kevin will buy your flights.
I think if it was me, I would be like, wait, like ceasefire, hang on. Let's go to the nearest ballpark. I'll stand in the batter's box. You can hit me from 60 feet 6 inches because then it's over.
No, I wouldn't. No, I wouldn't want that.
You want the eternal feeling of looking over your shoulder? No, because then it never. So you just want to spend your life running away from Randy Johnson fastballs.
Yes.
You can't even enjoy the $10 million.
Oh, yes, I can.
No, because you're busy running away from Randy Johnson.
Dude, because here's the thing: if Randy gets you,
Uh-huh.
that's fucking hilarious. Like it's like when your buddy,
Randy!
it's like when your buddy slaps you in the dick, and you're like, oh, you motherfucker, but you're kind of laughing through it. Like that, I think I would be on the ground with a broken rib or two, and I'd be like, oh,
You got me good,
I'd
you
be like,
fucker.
like fucking Randy, you son of a bitch.
That's why they call him the big unit. You got me good, folks.
I'll see you next year, you motherfucker.
If I'm gonna do this, I would hope that Randy Johnson. I mean, yes, it would be cool to go get a beer with him if you could like finagle that. Otherwise, though, I want him to never speak to me. I want him to just come with that sidearm, and he hits me, and he just goes like, and that's it. And then like he picks up his bag of balls.
This would be the best life ever. This would be so. This is literally all I want to do now. I want to have money so I can pay Randy Johnson to do this.
All right, how about this? Let's do it with Pat Light.
No, because he can't locate. He'll hit me in the head.
You get a helmet.
I have to wear a helmet all the time?
No, well, it'll be a one-day thing.
Yeah, no. I want it all. I want it to be at all times.
Well,
I could catch these hands
here's
at
the
any
thing.
moment.
Okay, Randy Johnson can locate, but he can locate when he's like standing on a mound and you're standing there. You're not gonna move.
Well, he's got to be a good hunter too.
No, that's
you
the
got to
thing.
find me when I'm fucking.
Pat Light.
Catch me.
Listen,
the movie theater's open again.
Pat Light is as good of a baseball hunter as Randy Johnson is. Because it is madness. There's no rhyme or reason to it. So there's no way that Randy Johnson is going to be that much. Randy Johnson is good with a catcher and a batter standing still. Then I can hit my target. If you're going to be running and jumping and diving, and I'm going to be running after you, Pat Light is as good as Randy Johnson. We can replicate this.
Yeah, but I think
for at least let's do a week, where like he could pop in here at any moment
and just hit me with gas.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, actually, I just don't want any collateral damage.
Yeah.
But we're doing it. Pat Light. You have been enlisted by KFC
Don't
Radio.
hit me in the head, dude. Don't.
How about think about it like this? By the time he bursts in the door, like we'll have a helmet here, we'll have a helmet at your desk, we'll have a helmet at home.
A couple of helmets around.
Right,
Okay.
so you can just grab it and go.
At home.
And
God,
the
you give him a
first,
key?
Huh?
Did you give him a key to my place? You're like,
Well, I mean, like as you're walking in or whatever, like he'll find out where you live.
yeah.
You'll have you have a helmet, like a go bag, just ready to go, a helmet at all times.
All
And
right, let's do it. Pat, I love you. I prefer it was Randy.
no offense,
but yeah, we'll go.
and to be
And
clear,
then maybe it'll become such a thing that Randy will catch wind of it and he'll be like, I
think we could definitely get this sponsored
yeah,
at the very least. Because to be clear, we're doing this for no money.
no money.
Yeah,
no,
okay.
this is just fun. This is so
John,
I can,
the negotiator.
this is just so I can start feeling emotions again.
Hey, what's up, KFC, Feits, Jackie, Nick, Cali Boy PC, if he's still on this. I got a hypothetical, would you rather, for you guys. You guys are a bunch of sickos. So would you rather have a button that you could press and it would crack all the bones and joints in your body at the same time, just boom, done, you feel great? Or would you rather have a button that you press and it pops all the pimples and all the pores on your body, on your face, your shoulders, all that? All right. Let me know what you guys think. Viva.
This is the greatest question of
I
all
was gonna say
time.
it's like Kevin's having an orgasm.
This is such a great question. And I could go on. I could write a dissertation on this whole thing.
You're the expert here. So
Goddamn right I
like
am.
I just like to crack my stuff, but like I don't feel any better afterwards. It's just kind of
When I crack my dick, I feel so much better.
But wait, was this you? Someone was talking about cracking their dick recently. Okay, that was you.
I mean,
you crack in the morning, right?
Wait a minute. No. I was not talking to you recently. I was talking to Pat on Out and About it.
Okay,
but I-
so you told me the story then, I think.
Not recently. No, I did not. So someone else told you that, and I would like to talk to them because they're like we're like a small bunch. We're like left-handed.
There's no way I have two people.
We're
in my
like
life who crack their
we're
dicks.
left-handed gingers. I need to meet them. There's so very few of us that I need to like talk to someone else who cracks their dick.
No, I refuse to believe that I know two people who crack their dicks. You do it in the morning, right? When you have like morning wood or some shit like that.
I mean, that's the thing. I've never said that. Like I do when I have morning, noon, night. Is my dick hard? I'm cracking it. So who have you been talking to, John? Because I need to know.
Honestly, probably was Pat. Pat probably told me.
Just Pat crack his dick? Because he has. He
Well, he
talked
probably
to,
was like, he's like, you know, your co is a
maybe
psychopath, right?
he might have like just said like embellished something.
Yeah.
It happens in the morning.
Okay, so
That's different.
what do you mean? Like, you hear a crack?
Oh, it's like
the fuck?
loud and clear. I almost like want to do it
I wanna
somehow
have-
that's not
yes.
like ragingly inappropriate. You know what I mean?
I agree. Like, I think I need to hear this.
Like if I were to like make a video with my phone, you would absolutely hear it. Should I
tomorrow morning?
Should I make just a video that's like all black? Like I'll just cover the. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Can you explain a little further?
What is cracking?
Like the base of my dick. It's wild. It's like right where your
it
dick kind of
hurt?
meets. Like no, that feels like cracking your knuckles.
Yeah, no. Tomorrow I'll
And, like,
expect a video.
And when it sometimes again
or
so your
tonight,
knuckles.
yeah. Whenever you find yourself horny, send me a video.
I don't know if I can like posting that is like here's KFC's dick cracking. Like that's I'll send it to you. I don't know if we can do it publicly.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
Don't private text. Here's
Yeah.
my number.
We should do like 80K subscribers or something.
Yeah.
You guys want to see some dick cracking? Follow KFC, subscribe on YouTube. Yeah, man, it's crazy. And the funny thing is, like, if you crack your dick, we are small. We are a legion. We are small, but if you
are your dicks.
I googled this because I was like afraid, you know. I'm like, what is happening? And then there are people who
So
are
like, this is a new thing. This isn't your whole life.
no, it's been a while,
A little while. Okay.
but I mean, I guess not. I was not like a teenager doing it, so I guess it's like a little later in life, or maybe I just didn't notice it. You know what it probably is I don't think I was doing certain things with my dick until later in life.
I was
where,
gonna say.
you know,
this, but
you're just
yeah.
tugging it this way and that
It's
way.
like Julian Edelman's MCL. Like he's fucking.
Yeah.
No,
Oh,
before
no.
we started running fucking hot routes, it was
Right.
all right.
Okay.
but,
Yeah. I was like, I'm doing some things with it. But like the people who don't crack their dicks are like, what do you mean you're gonna break it? And like you're being an idiot. And I have people be like, I'm a doctor, and you're gonna like fracture your da, 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 da. And then the guys who do crack their dick, like, no man, it's just cracking your dick, no big deal.
Well, I mean, I'd listen to the doctors. Dude.
No, you know what I mean, like internet doctors.
I have doctors being like, "Oh, I don't know, like cancer, smoking might give you cancer." It's like, yeah, but me, all the boys in the smoking lounge, like, it's just a cigarette. Who gives a shit?
All the guys with the tracheotomy, like, no big deal, it's totally fine.
I've been doing this for 30 years. Doesn't affect me at all.
It feels great, and
But I also
it can crack like during action, which is cool.
Yeah, like,
I'll crack, girl. I'm gonna crack my dick inside you, girl.
nothing like a fucking girl whose trachea is getting crushed. Going, does your dick just break?
The podcast is over. Ron Funches is up next. I'll answer the question tomorrow, next episode. Ron Funches is up next. It's brought to you by Black Rifle Coffee. Black Rifle Coffee is American-made coffee, made by an American veteran for the American people, so you know that it's high quality, it's strong, it gets the job done, just like the American veterans of war. He's a CEO and the founder, Evan Hafer. He spent over 7 years on the ground in Iraq, perfecting his coffee. And it supports law enforcement, veterans of war, first responders, all sorts of causes that Black Rifle Coffee back and support. They donated over 6 million cups of coffee to deployed soldiers, law enforcement, and medical workers through the Buy a Bag, Give a Bag initiative. So you can go to blackriflecoffee.com/KFC, get the freshest coffee in America shipped right to you. When you sign up, you get some discounts. You get early access to new products and club exclusive products. You also get the coffee, freshest coffee in America delivered right to your door, and you know that you're supporting a good cause with the veterans and the first responders. So go to blackriflecoffee.com/KFC. Let's talk to Ron Funches.
Hello.
What's up,
man?
So Kevin, what's up, John? How you doing?
Oh, just unbelievable.
You're always such a calming presence, Ron. That voice and just like you're always so chill. It feels good.
Oh, were you upset?
No, well, pretty much always, kind of, yeah. Nothing specific, just the general, day to day. But you're just always, and that smile comes out, man. I'm already in a better mood.
Well, then you make me feel better. So now we keep feeding each other. Here we go.
Energy for once on my show. How you doing, man? How you been?
Oh man, can't complain. Things are, went from bad to good. So really excited, real happy.
That's the good thing about when shit goes really off the rails is you can only go up, right? The bar is down on the floor and everything that happens is good.
Truly.
I was just watching the promo for this new show, Shot 420. And the one dude had such a good tagline where he was like, the stakes are high and so are we. And I was like, I'm in on this show. I like it. Sounds good to me. I'm a simple man.
It really, that's actually the perfect tagline for it, I think, because it is like that mix of fun. I think like the other high shows were just like fun, like, oh, we're just fun. And this is like, no, this is a competition. There's money involved. We want to win, but we're also baked out of our fucking minds. That's great.
I feel like this might be, in my mind at least, the first thing, because weed is just becoming legalized and prevalent everywhere, and it's no longer this illicit thing that like you do in secret. I feel like it's going to take over, like you're doing a cooking show with weed, and next you're just going to do blah, blah, blah with weed. Everything's just going to be with some cannabis.
I'm all for it. I love it. To me, it's like that step in normalizing things. You go from legalizing and then you want to go to normalizing. Mm-hmm. And part of that is putting marijuana in a place like this where it is like a cooking show my mom would watch, my grandma would watch, but then there's also marijuana and drag queens in it. So it's
it is like an anti-stoner thing though. Like if you're going by the stereotypes, like we're making fancy things, like dude, just put chips in the microwave. I'll eat that. Which is something I literally did last night. So that wasn't just a random thought.
What did we do? Was it like tortilla chips with some cheese in the microwave?
Yeah.
All right, so you made
I was wondering. I had two. I was like, did he just microwave? He's like, I just want some warm Doritos, right?
What do you think what's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten when you've got the munchies, when you're high as shit?
Oh, I'm not gonna say weird. I'm gonna say excellent. The best thing I've ever made, the experiment that I've ever created, was I got stoned and I had a box of Kicks, which is a fun cereal to have in general. Just the light sweetness. It doesn't overpower you. It's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch, but what is? And then I looked over and I saw a jar of Nutella, and I was like, we gotta mix these two together. And when that Nutella hit that ice cold milk and started to ball up and made it like a little chocolate with the Kicks, I was like, this was a great high decision.
The other day I had a leftover cannoli in my fridge, and the shell was like stale, so it wasn't crunchy anymore, but it was kind of just like, it was just in between, not soft, not crunchy. So I took out all of the cannoli filling and I spread it onto a tortilla, and I had like a soft taco cannoli. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then I posted it on my Instagram, and everyone was like, this is fucking disgusting, bro. And I was like,
I can tell you right away, people will make fun of that. But Taco Bell's probably like,
That's dessert, man.
Dude, I did my best one ever, which is now, it's been immortalized in a book, was the Eggo ice cream sandwich. I got Eggo waffles, put peanut butter on them, half-baked Ben & Jerry's made a sandwich, then put fucking drink-led syrup on it and ate it with a fork. Unbelievable.
Oh, okay. And aren't you the ones who said that you don't do classy food?
That's true.
Say that? And you're over here. You over here. That sounds like something they charge you $30 for. With a fork and knife.
Where do you stand on do you ever dabble in the world of Domino's?
In the food or the bones? Which
No,
are
no.
you talking
We had a big argument the other day regarding the lava cakes at Domino's because I think those lava cakes, I think you could serve those at like a Michelin star steakhouse as a lava cake dessert and nobody would even know the difference.
I'm a strong lava cake supporter. I have to agree with you with that for sure. Domino's actually has a very warm place in my heart just because when I was struggling coming up and I didn't have money at all, my son, who people know me, my son has autism. His diet was very limited. All he would want to eat is cheese, pizza, extra sauce. And my friend worked at a Domino's. I didn't have much money at all. And he just, at one point, he was like, here's 50 free pizza coupons. And I would just call this place up every week to the point that they were like, where'd you get these from? And I was like, I'm not snitching. I'm not snitching.
You're like an addict who stole like a doctor's prescription pad.
Yeah, Domino's is a funny you get a lot of people here in New York who are above Domino's because you can get good pizza on the corner. And it's like, yeah, okay. I'm not going to say that it's better than, the homemade pizzeria that's been there for 60 years and in the name of the same family. But two things, these things can coexist. They both can be, like you said, a good place in your heart.
That's like saying McDonald's shouldn't exist because a burger at home is better or because barbecues exist. Like, of course, if we want to do it, we should all just have a burger at a backyard barbecue because there's no burger that tastes better. But you gotta have occasion. You want two cheeseburger meal with the fry and a drink. That's a different experience.
I was about to ask you what your go-to order at McDonald's is, but I think we just got our answer.
Got it.
There was one time when I walked into a Domino's in New York, and I wasn't like drunk, but I had a few beers, and I was really hungry. I just wanted to grab a slice. I walked into a Domino's and was like, I was like, can I get 2 slices? They almost called the police. They're like, dude, we didn't even know this door worked. First of all, second of all, it's $5 for a full pizza. What do you know? We don't serve slices.
You're like, I got 60 cents. Can you help me out?
And that was recently.
The sad thing is that's what John was like 29 when he did that.
Nah, bro, I was 32.
32.
You should have known better.
I used to go to a pizzeria in Hoboken when I lived there called 7 Star Pizza, and they had one of these places. The slices were like this big. For some, those places that just make comically large slices. So I would get that, and the garlic knots, I believe, were $1 per order, and it came with like 20 garlic knots. So I'd eat dinner, like probably dinner and breakfast the next morning for like $3 total. $2 for a slice, $1 for garlic knots, and it kept me alive. I mean, it kept me afloat for several years.
Yeah, we got I think the LA version of that was a burrito truck. There was this burrito truck in Highland Park. Burrito so big, $5. I'd split it in half, have it for lunch, have it for dinner, and that would be my thing.
I kind of miss that stuff, man.
I don't. I recall it. I remember.
That's good enough.
I actually think too, like people do say like, so like when you remember the struggle meals and stuff, it's definitely looking at it through like rose-colored lenses.
Oh, sure.
It was worth it now. Yeah. But like looking back on it, I'm like, that was fucking fun.
That's what I mean.
People think like, oh, like you had, I'm like, don't ever say I sacrificed because I was having a time of my life. Right? Like,
well, his one though, your one order was particularly bleak when it was a craft single on top of the tomato soup.
Yeah, I lived on a drug dealer's couch, and all I could afford. It was a weed dealer, like not really.
Cool. Yeah, I got it.
But I lived on a drug dealer's couch, and I would eat fucking all I could afford was tomato soup, and I'd put cheese on it to melt to like make it a little thicker. I wouldn't be as hungry, and I was like, that was awesome. That was the most fun year I've ever had, I think. So like, I'm not like, oh, I sacrificed. Like, it was a blast, bro.
No, I would mix of both. I have fun doing stuff like that, but also by the time I was 20, I was like, I was getting married and I had a kid. So I was trying to do I was trying to split that money between the three of us. And I was
You
like,
had a kid when you were 20, Ron?
yeah, my son's about to be 18 in 4 days.
Oh wow! Well, happy early birthday to him. It's remarkable what you've done and raising him and everything you've done with the autism community. But boy, at 20, I mean I was such an idiot at 20. I'm still an idiot now, and I can't believe that I'm raising.
Me too.
children.
That's how I got the kid.
I mean, I'm 36 now. I got a 4-year-old and a 3-year-old. Sometimes I'm like, I cannot believe the society allows me to raise other humans. And I can't even imagine what I would have been doing 16 years younger than that. Oh my God. Hats off to you, man.
No, well, I mean, he more saved my life. I don't know what I'd be doing now if it hadn't happened then, like he got me focused. And when he was diagnosed with the autism, and it made me be like, oh, I need to pick a career because I got to take care of this kid. Mm-hmm. And that's what led me down my comedy journey. And now a bunch of cool stuff in my life have happened because of him, including I got my own signature shoe coming out with Puma for Autism Acceptance Month because of my son, and real excited about that.
What can we expect with that sneaker? What do we go for? Like a casual look, a crazy look?
Let me just go get it and show you. How about that?
Let me see it. Oh, we're getting like a full unboxing. Look at this. We're going with the bright box. We got the bright yellow box. So we're getting
box. Okay. We got my name on the box. I probably gotta get super close. There we go.
How fucking cool must that feel? Like
Puma's as a guy who got cut from JV basketball to now have my own sneaker, it feels amazing, but it feels right. If you know me in stand-up community at all, I'm a big proponent for people taking stand-ups more seriously. I'm like, why do rappers got shoes and we ain't got shoes? Mm-hmm. We stand up. That's the name. Let's see. So we got these. I got my own shoes. The Puma Clydes, which is just that classic silhouette. Yay. They got the nice hit you with that green up front with that pop. I got on the back. I got my son's. Oh, let's see if I can look. Boom. Yeah. You can't really see there, but they got a little inside of my son's headphones that he likes to wear. Cool. He wears a little pelcho or earmuffs because the sound always bother him. And I was like, I wanted to pay homage to that. So I got the little headphones on the back. They got a little logo in his tongue. And then they have my little Puma and it says my name, Ron Funches, on the tongue.
Yeah. So I'm like, I like shit like that. That's like, pretty low key, like a low top white sneaker, but then, some pop with the bright colors,
That's what I'm about. I like that classic. That's something that you could wear to a wedding, but then if people saw you, they go, oh, that guy's fun. When I was like, I think it was probably in high school. I was really into GQ, like just loved GQ magazine. I thought the guy the bartender who gave advice in the start of the magazine was the wisest man in the world. But there was one thing he said once that's like still sticks with me. Says you should always be wearing something that says "fuck you," and I think that's like that bright pop. Like, all right, here it is. Like that. Mm-hmm. Most of this is normal, but there's a little bit of "fuck you" in here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with you with that. That's why, I hate wearing ties or anything like that. Like, I like to wear a suit, but I usually keep that open collar. That's my little "fuck you." Or if I'm forced to wear a tie, then it's like a Mario tie or something a little fun,
Do you think that ties are done? I feel like we were talking about a couple weeks ago after the pandemic that people are like, ties are the dumbest thing that society ever invented. Why we were like, let's just tie this thing around our neck, and that means that you're, dressing proper for the event. Fuck that, man.
Yeah, I agree with you. Now, there's some suits that do just look like they need like a little pop of color that a tie will give you. And that I'm willing to agree with and live with. However, I prefer a bow tie. I prefer something fun. To me, a tie, I mean, and it might just be because that's going back to my 20s when I was like working at a bank and wanted to get out of there. And one thing, tie just meant like oppression. A tie meant that I wasn't happy because they, it's like almost like, oh, I'm free and I'm happy. And like, now I'm at work, and I don't like that.
It's kind of like a little on the nose that like
when you had to get dressed up to go to a corporate job, it physically choked you. You know, like even getting that top button done, that was probably speaking more to me putting on weight than anything. But I was like, I can't even get the button done, man. How am I supposed to put the tie on?
No, I agree with that. I hate that top button. It makes you can take a regular outfit and then make you feel so fat from the top button.
Yeah, you feel you're just gonna burst out of it. It's funny that you kind of picked a career and went after it because you had to provide for your son. Whereas I said, I need a job where I don't have to wear these clothes. I need a job where I can wear sweatpants. That was my motivation. You had autistic son, sweatpants over here. That was my
We both won.
How does it feel to have I mean, you know, you've done stand up many times on television, you know, no stranger to it, but to be on something like this, Chopped 420, like I've always wanted to be on a game show or a competition show or something of that nature. I feel like that's a cool bucket list thing to check off.
Yeah, it feels right. It feels like right up my skill set, to be honest with you. Like I'm just with my demeanor, like you said, I come in, I try to make things feel happier, feel more upbeat, more calm. And that's like what a good host does. It allows people to shine. It allows people, picks up those dull moments with a quick joke, you know? And I love having that skill set. I love marijuana. I have since I was 16 years old, and now being able, and for a while I was trying to run away from that a bit, because I was like, oh, they're not going to want to give me jobs, they're not going to want to put me in Disney movies or whatever. And then it just took my manager being like, you know, people, no matter what, people know you smoke weed. Like it just, you can tell, you can smell it on you. So why don't you just be who you are? And I like that. And that's what I think the whole show is about: embracing what you like, embracing who you are. And it's just Chopped, it's a well-polished, well-established series, and for them to add me to it, add what I do to it. And for a beginning I was a little apprehensive. I was like, oh, I'm just going to be like Ted Allen, I'm going to stand back, I'm going to let everybody else do their thing. And then we did like the first day, and they were like, I think the first round, and they were like, look, you're doing a good job, but like we hired you because we like you. Just be you. This is because I was like, oh, this is Chopped featuring Ron Funches, and they were like, this is your show. Just treat it like it's your show. And I was like, oh, you know how long I've been waiting for that?
And you just unleashed the beast, man. The Hulk is gonna come out now.
Yeah, pretty much, exactly. Once they told me that, it was on.
Are you high during this?
Oh yeah, definitely.
I figured that. Probably a silly question, but I wasn't sure if it was like, let's be professional on camera and then we'll get high afterwards. But no, everyone's just stoned while we're doing it.
It's lightly high for me. The other judges, as they eat and stuff, they get more and more high for sure at the show. But for me, it was like, it's the type of high that I would do before I would go to work at that bank. Or
what is
started counting money?
I was in charge of people's personal wealth. That level of high.
Yeah.
What is the most the fanciest dish that someone's made? And what was the dish was there a dish that just like put everyone on their ass, like super fucking high?
Oh yeah, definitely. The one that I remember the most that I love was Chef Swoop, this gentleman out of Oakland, California. He made this beautiful roasted duck. I think he used sour diesel in it. I don't remember the exact strain anymore, but it was just the way he roasted it, the way he liqueured it, so that it had this nice little flavor profile to it, and then you could smell the weed coming off of it as well. It's truly one of the best things I've ever tasted in my life. And for each round, it's supposed to stick to a cap of how much THC they can use. And one time, a gentleman pretty much just forgot that. All right, and so I think there was like 200 milligrams in his one dish. And so you could just smell it and inhale it, and nobody wanted to taste it, but I did.
Yeah, I mean,
this is the problem with these fucking shows, though, because guess what? You talk about roasted duck. I am starving now.
Yeah,
I could not be any hungrier.
And you know what the problem is? As weed gets legalized, normalized, as gourmet chefs start dabbling with it. Like the first time I had edibles, I had, one of my idiot friends in high school who didn't even like put it in the butter. He just put like, chunks of weed into the fucking batter. So it
Yep.
was terrible. And I'm
Yep.
literally just eating weed. And so it was, you know, I only had a couple bites because I only wanted to, it was so disgusting. Now, as we perfect it, it's like, I want to eat this whole dish, man, but you're only supposed to have a couple bites. You know, we got a cookie.
No, that's not necessarily the case. That's what we do. And
that's what I mean. As people get better, then we can, you know, right now it's like, if I eat this whole cookie, at least for me, I'm going to be zooming, and I'm not able to just have, if you know me, I can't have just one bite of a cookie. I can't have just one cookie. I got to have like 5 cookies. So if they all have weed, I'm in trouble. But I think, you know, when gourmet chefs start coming around, they start to figure out the dosage and the meal and the serving size.
Absolutely. That's it. Exactly. It's taking it from, I think so many people have that experience of just someone throwing, like I said, in the trailer, they throw some ditch weed in a brownie and there you go. And they overdose you and people get scared and that's it. And that's what we're trying to show is not only entertain, but bring a little bit of knowledge of like, we can figure out exactly how much THC. Sometimes they don't use any THC. Sometimes they just want to use CBD to relax you and then come back with THC later. Sometimes they like the combo effect of it. So it's about you know, adding another tool, another herb, another spice into their repertoire. And if you get a good chef that knows what they're doing and give them saffron or truffles, they'll give you something great. But you give a novice some truffles, you're gonna get something terrible.
Yeah, right. It's like anything else, just another ingredient, right?
Exactly.
It is so funny. Like if you just think back on like what we were raised on, like the commercials, like this is your brain on drugs. It's like, bitch, I'm a scientist in the kitchen. That's my fucking brain on drugs.
Yeah. Right. God. Oh, I wonder if we didn't have that stupid messaging back in the day that was like, if you smoke weed, you're gonna die. You know, how much further along we would be as a society with like.
Yeah, you still see it today. People will still, they're still politicians, and it's so funny because at least now when they do it, they sound so stupid. When they're like, I think recently there's a place where they're like, we can't legalize. If we legalize weed, all the parents will be high and their kids will die.
Yeah, it was the I think it was the governor of Georgia. I believe it was Georgia. And he was like, I think his exact quote was like, if you legalize weed, you will kill your children. What?
Meanwhile, at the same time though, yeah, go ahead and have like, you know, 3 martinis and drive home. No big deal. That's fine because alcohol is legal. It's fucking crazy, man. Do you cook? Like, are you able to whip up some of these dishes, or are you just host?
Oh, hell no, not at all. That's what makes this fun for me.
Yep.
I went on Chopped several years ago telling them, hey, I don't know how to cook. And I didn't know how real that show is. That's the first thing I learned to respect it, because I went on there like, oh, some producer will hand me something and give me directions. And they were just like, here's your mystery ingredients, get to work. And so I went out very first round, but I was very charming and fun. And that's how Chop people knew me. And now I went from being Chopped to hosting it. But I still can't cook worth a damn. No.
Honestly, look at that though. If that's not the you're the poster child for like, you know, you didn't really lose that day. You didn't know it at the time, but that ended up being the most like important thing you probably did for your career in a long time, is losing on that first round, but you know, doing it with a smile on your face.
I really love how you put that, and because it was a bigger decision than like just like, oh, I'm gonna just go, because it was like, for a lot of stand-ups, we're an egotistical group, and we're very much like, well, we just gotta be the best stand-up and go out there and focus on stand-up. And a lot of people don't go like, you know, to go do a cooking show is hacky or lame,
right.
You know. But I was like, my mom watched Chopped. My mom's friends watch Chopped. My mom's friends don't watch Comedy Central. I want, you know, all the people. I've been on Comedy Central 40 times now.
Right.
Let me go talk to the people who I haven't talked to before. It shows them that I'm funny.
It's so true with the comedy world. Like, I was talking to Chris DiStefano, who's got this a host.
I love Chris. He's deep.
And you know, he said that there's some people in the industry who are like, what are you doing? Why are you doing like a cable TV show? You should be focusing on digital, on the internet. And he's like, well, yeah, I am. But also, you know, I work with Sal Vulcano, who's making like $1 billion a year on True TV and reaching all these, you know, these whole new demographics. So, Yeah, I don't know why the comedy world is so blinders on when it comes to that stuff.
I just think it's just like anything, like high school, right? Like you follow these cool kids, and then they're like, well, no, I don't know if that's cool or not.
Yeah.
But to me, that's the opposite of why I got into comedy. I got into comedy to have fun and be myself and try new things.
Right.
So like I've always I've been on Cupcake Wars. I've been on. I'll show up any place because that's different. That's different than me doing the same thing every day.
Are you investing in cannabis at all? There's so much money to be made if you hit on the right.
A little bit, but all the ones I've been picking haven't been good.
So many. There's a billion to pick from, and like how do you know which one's gonna be the one? But man, if you get right, if you get lucky and you hit it right, it's a lot of money to be made.
I know. Least fortunately, all the ones I've been investing in have been super cheap, like $1.40 stock.
Right.
So I've just been like, all right, I'll keep going down, but maybe
this is the one. Maybe. I feel like it's Nick Lachey is the guy, right? Feits.
That's what I was just gonna say. It's my favorite of all my stupid facts. That's my favorite one. That's probably also not real. That the day weed is legalized in Ohio, Nick Lachey becomes a billionaire because he owns like all of the weed farms in Ohio.
He's like the lord of weed in Ohio. And they keep shooting it down. It keeps going to a vote. And I'm sure Nick Lachey is sitting at his computer like refresh, waiting for the verdict. And every time it doesn't pass, he's probably like, God damn it! I'm still just a regular millionaire. Oh,
I still have this stupid 98 degrees tattoo on my arm.
Over here 98, down here 420.
Man, well, it's a cool show. It's a great concept. I'm sure people are gonna love it too. Do you think? I mean, there's probably. What do you think the next show may be? You think the next like competition show with weed, or which one would you want to see?
Mass smoker. Who's in this costume smoking weed with you?
What a trick that would be, man. Someone dressed as like a giant bug or something, taking a huge bong rip, and you're like, I think it's Seth Rogen. That would be fun. That would be great. I'd like to see like a bachelor or bachelorette where just everybody's super, super stoned, just super high.
Yeah.
Like, what do you think, man?
I think the producers would hate that because then they wouldn't throw bottles of champagne at each other.
That's right. That is true. Everyone would just be chill. Like the most boring show ever. They would actually fall in love.
They'd be like, you know what? Why don't we just all fuck?
All right, dude. So when 420 Chopped on Discovery, right? I believe it is.
Discovery Plus Chop 420 is out on 420. 5 episodes available to stream. So go ahead and binge them all. They are amazing. I'm truly proud of this, and I would tell you if I wasn't. I don't lie about it. Other than that, just ronfunches.com. I'm getting back on tour. If you want to come see me, I'm on Twitch all the time at twitch.tv, Ron_Funches. And I'm in a movie called Golden Arm at the end of the month about a comedy about lady arm wrestling on April 30th. Whoa. And I played a guy who's real into ladies arm wrestling.
Man, that we did a couple guys who we work with did a arm wrestling competition with some ladies. And do you remember when Dan arm wrestled that chick? Yeah. And it was like she was big. Dan's a big guy though. He's like 6'2", 230. So even like the strongest girl, he's gonna beat. But I think it was such a weird spot to be where it's like, well, if I beat you, it looks like I'm kind of picking on you, but if I lose to you, then I'm like the sucker.
Gotta go for full equality. You gotta break her wrists.
Right. I love it. All right, dude. Well, thanks so much for the time. Congrats on the show. And happy early birthday to your son.
I appreciate that. And again, thank you guys for always supporting me, whether it's a comedy or my stuff. I appreciate you guys.
You got it, man. Talk to you soon.
Later,
bye.
Bye.
You just break it. Did you just break your dick?
And I'm like, no, I'm good. She's like,
okay. I got nervous because I've never heard that sound before. Are you sure that sounded pretty loud?
Great stuff. All right, big shout out to Ron Funches coming through. The weedification of America is going to be a fun one.
I actually kind of just didn't get around to asking about it, but it is interesting that they can just be high on set.
Yeah,
because like
there used to be all sorts of rules, and like
right,
you're not about to be drunk.
Yeah, you can't drink.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be drunk.
Right. You're not
Robin
supposed to be.
Williams was a person, but the
Robin Williams had a long career. Yeah.
But like you're not so like when they're serving a drink, it's not actually a drink, but this is all like actually weed.
Right.
So I guess like it's basically like you literally get one take, right?
I guess so.
You
I
can't
mean,
just keep eating it.
Right. I wonder too if it's like I think you're probably supposed to like just take like a nibble or whatever, but some people are probably fucking eating up.
Yeah, you fucking bring me a fucking roasted duck with caramel sauce.
I'm eating whatever's in it.
Shit.
Yeah, it could be poison in there, and I'll eat it. Let alone if it's something good. So thanks to Ron Funches, and always make sure you go to the YouTube and subscribe. We did subscription Sunday. On Sunday, we got a bunch of new signups every week. Sundays, I'm going to be doing a giveaway for merch. So if you subscribe to KFC Radio and the Kevin Clancy Show on YouTube, where you get episodes of the podcast, you get episodes of One Thing I Learned, there's episodes of Behind the Blog, you get all the 1 Minute Man videos.
When's the new One Thing I Learned? Next week.
So next week will be a new cartoon, all the backlogged interviews of all the Barstool personalities on Behind the Blog, every 1 Minute Man episode on Kevin Clancy Show, all of our YouTube clips. We got exclusive interviews. I did the Ben Askren interview before the fight. That was only on YouTube. So we're really trying to grow the YouTube presence. So if you subscribe to both of those pages, and which, by the way, you can do with just your Gmail. So even if you don't use YouTube and know how to do it, just log in with your Gmail, subscribe, send screenshots to the Kevin Clancy Show Twitter or the KFC Radio Instagram. That's where people are checking, and you will be in the running for a merch giveaway where you can get some Moon Man hoodies, some of the new Barstool Indoors loungewear, some of the Sad Boy season stuff, the new subtitle shirts, Taylor Swift. Your pick of a couple items, but you got to subscribe to both channels. So
make sure you subscribe to all the channels on YouTube.
That's what your grandmother's going to sound like while she takes her last breath.
Getting descriptive now, huh? Listen, if you made it this far into the video,
which is far, like no one ever does that on the internet.
Like it's the end. You made it to the end of the video.
Full fucking video.
You watched the whole thing. So if you liked it and you watched the whole thing, why don't you subscribe?
It means you like us.
Click the subscribe button, because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking murder John.
And I'm gonna like it.
Kill him with my bare fucking hands.
Yeah.
And if you weren't sold on this video, there's plenty more. Watch what's next up and then subscribe. But just subscribe so I don't have to fucking kill him.
Well, I don't know. Do what you want, but subscribe. Probably.